And welcome back to InfiniteRP in episode 15 of the Lost City of Vedranis. Derek is making me laugh way too much. Oh my god. I hope you all been doing well. We've missed you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's get right into seeing what the cast has been up to. Justin, how are you?
Yes, I am one. I am one of the cast. Good job. Good job, Cole. I'm doing really well. Hi, everybody. I'm Doc Rimbo. He, him, or they, them pronouns. I'm doing great. I've been really looking forward to popping the cap on this. Not popping the cap. That's a different thing. Busting the top open on this new character. And so I'm excited that tonight we'll get to meet more of him. I don't want to bust a cap on him yet.
I was going to say,
that's what happened. It's my last character. Cap of a sarcophagus.
Too soon. It's been like 3 weeks.
Has it been 3 weeks?
It's been 3 weeks since Vaughn died.
I slept that guy into the wrong way too. Yeah.
Right. So I'm doing great, Cole. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you are welcome. Isla, how have you been?
I haven't been too bad. Again, another uneventful week. I have been doing a bit of cowboy roleplay though, but I just haven't been streaming it. But I've literally come pretty much hot off the press with this one from doing that RP, going straight into this RP. Today's been a very RP heavy day.
How are you going to switch from the voice of Vanya?
I wasn't playing
to the
Vanya.
Voice of... Oh shit! Never mind.
I'm not playing Vanya in that one. But I guess how do I switch from one Russian to another Russian?
That was the joke, but it failed.
Well, yeah. But no, good point. No, I'm playing Bianca at the moment, who's just really well-spoken British, basically. But yeah, that's besides the point. Basically, I've been role-playing as Bianca, and that's all I've been doing this week. That's it.
That doesn't sound like a bad thing.
No,
like
I've been living my best virtual life, to be honest. Yeah. And it's 1 a.m. and I have a Starbucks.
Life is
good. Yeah. Oh, I just haven't changed let me change my lights. Moving on.
Derek, how's your week been?
Hey, hi, shalom. I'm not Jewish. Hello, my name is Derek. I've been well. I've been hanging in this week. It's been an extremely busy week. I have been delving deep into a lot of things. I've been wrestling with printers. That's been fun. They won every time. AKA, I've been trying to do cosplay work and they don't print. They just don't print. I'm like, all right, I'll just go fuck myself. But I have been getting into music and whatnot, and that's been a lot of fun. So I've been doing some music here and there. We've been streaming. We played Black for Blood, the beta, which was so much goddamn fun, everyone. Please, for the love of God, get your hands on that game because I'd love to play with you. Talking to you, cast. That's about it, though. That's what I've been up to. Hanging in there, man. Thanks for asking.
Hell yeah. I haven't looked much at that game. I just know that it's kind of like Left 4 Dead.
It's Left 4 Dead. It's
the spiritual successor. Yeah.
Yes.
We'll talk about that later because I was in the beta, but too scared to play it.
We are playing
Bless you.
With the cast. We are playing, and Justin, you are playing with us.
Justin,
I'm the guy who waits in the van during Phasmophobia.
Oh, Van
What's that? You want a flashlight here?
Take it and just throw it out of the van.
You're the one that goes, your vitals, you might want to come back.
That's me.
Sorry, guys, I gotta go. Close.
I feel that,
mission,
though.
leaving
That
you
was
behind.
me for a while. I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay in the van and watch cams. Let me go make sure the angle is good on this camera. And then, I feel you. I feel you.
Your framing's a little off in the living room. Can you turn it like 3 degrees to the right, please?
Mm-hmm.
I feel that. That is me as well. So, Ray, how have you been?
I've been doing well. I've also been doing the cowboy roleplay thing.
Yeah.
That's been cool. We'll get back to streaming that hopefully soon, but it's been a little chaotic, so I'm just feeling it out right now. But yeah, no, I'm excited to be back here. I love it here, and I'm so excited to see what happens today. I'm so excited.
Hell yes.
Every Thursday, I'm so excited.
My brain was so excited for today that it thought Thursday was yesterday, even though I told myself 3 times it wasn't Thursday. I still did my Thursday routine. I was that determined for it to be Thursday.
You manifested Thursday.
Yep.
I manifested.
Can every day be Thursday?
Can every day?
Only if every day was.
Can we say that?
Can we say that?
Could we see that? Sorry, go on.
I feel like I should mention I too have also been doing the cowboy role play, but I've been playing a dying character, which has been heartrending, to be perfectly honest.
Stop killing all of my people off.
I've not
dying.
killed nobody.
Stop dying, everybody.
Except my
stop
soon-to-be
dying.
dead character.
It's horrible because I can't even bring Bobby in to say goodbye.
Not yet.
True.
I'm delaying. The good thing about tuberculosis in my character, I can choose when it ends.
That's
never
a terrible
start,
sentence.
never
The good
start
thing
a
about
sentence.
tuberculosis.
Never start a sentence
There's
with the
nothing
good thing about.
There's no
The good
nothing
thing about
good
tuberculosis is how
the
easy
good
it is
thing,
to catch.
the good thing about killing a character in roleplay is that I can choose when they die.
True.
No.
That's true.
You're the master of
So
your own destiny,
so
as well,
good.
though.
True.
For the most part, yeah.
That's
He
true.
could magically be cured if I so wanted to. It wouldn't be realistic, but hell, I can do it.
You could do it. I'll bring Walter Cross back from the dead to say goodbye, and I'll kill him again. That way you can celebrate realism.
What if you could like roleplay like a headless horseman, like
Zombie.
a headless Walter Cross,
Zombie
and like
Walter
roll
Cross.
through the crossing?
Only
It's
on
just
Halloween
terrifying.
night. On
It's just-
Halloween night, the
Yes,
headless
The
Walter Cross
the ghost of Walter
gallops
Cross.
across the crossing,
Mhm.
Oh my
I'm going to
god!
make a sale.
Okay.
bringing
Yeah.
treats. And
I mean, that would be
goodies to
awesome if that
all.
was like if you became an urban legend.
That would be
Oh, man.
incredible.
That'd
that would
be
be
amazing.
absolutely incredible.
If you don't eat your greens, Walter Cross is going to climb from under the table and get you.
If you don't make this
the
business,
Crossman.
don't make
The
this
If you
business
Crossman.
deal. The
If you don't
Crossman,
clean your plate, I will clean your colon.
They call him
It's
the
up to
Crossman.
underneath.
And when he rises from the table,
Italian.
you don't see his face first. You see a large top hat followed by a moustache.
Just a top hat floating over the void where his
Yeah.
head should be.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
no.
Yeah.
Do you know the sad thing is there people in chat who have no idea what the fuck we're
None.
talking about?
No, sorry.
Sorry,
y'all.
context.
Oof.
Anyway,
Quick, dragons.
I love you guys. Dragons.
Where?
Dragon.
Post in the Discord. Derek, post a picture of what Walter Cross looks like for everyone to see, and then they
I have
have
the
some sort
perfect
of
picture.
small context.
Terrifying
Oh
is what
god,
it is.
I have the
You have to go to
perfect
the
picture.
Discord.
He says.
If you're not in the Discord and you want to see what Walter Cross looks like and you don't know what it is, go on the Discord. There you
Yes.
go. There's the link.
While we do that, let's hop right into tonight. Let's hop into our recap. So, the last you guys left off, you had been searching for a secret laboratory of one Dr. Karina Licht, a recently deceased doctor who was a former member of the Kyrogen. You have been sent to find this secret laboratory by the head of the Kyrogen himself, Sigismund the Aarakocra, to find a warp stone, which he believes Dr. Karina used to create the plague that runs rampant through the Old Crope market. You guys have made your way through a mausoleum. You have encountered an illithid Alhoon by the name of Halifax, who also trapped you into one of the crypts after Vodder, your former party member, opened the sarcophagus and unfortunately lost his life. And some fights ensued. You were able to escape through another doorway after breaking it down, and the last thing you see is Halifax taking your other compatriot, Calder Crane. You guys made your way down through the dark crypts of this mausoleum until you came face to face with a door. The forbidden enemy. It was seemingly trapped with some sort of spell. Unable to really figure out what was going on and how to disarm it. In his anger, Nock picked up a sarcophagus and threw it across the hallway, where it clattered on the ground, revealing a long, seemingly dead corpse with a interesting ring on its finger bearing the sigil of the Onyx Legion, which is Captain Kamora's legion that she is a part of. She also grabbed something else that was within the sarcophagus, but somehow that seemingly opened the door. Which, side note, it was actually the imp Jaraxius who actually opened the door from the other side at the exact time. You guys then came across the
imp himself, Jaraxius, who was here lording over his domain of this hallway on behalf of his master, the Lord of the Pit, Marcorus Deg. You guys made your way, letting him lead you, and you guys came across a deathlock, which seemed to be a former warlock or servant of Hadar. After that, you came across another doorway, and you heard another voice, in which you bypassed this door and came to an oubliette of sorts, where Marcorus Deg, Justin, Doc Rimbo's new character, lie, having said he had been there for several days. And Marcorus is an interesting character to all of you, as he doesn't wear the same clothing that you do, different fashion, something unique and different. He spoke of names and places that you've never heard of in your time here in the city or in your lives, to be perfectly honest. And you guys continued through the crypt until you found an opening which looks to be some sort of cavern that has been dug out. With the help of Jaraxius Wisp, you saw another symbol, another rune, some more runes. This one bearing the mark of someone called, or something called, the Weaver, with some sort of message there. And before you guys entered this crypt, or this dungeon, cavern perhaps, this is where we left off. So, as you guys are kind of sitting there, you guys notice that the air is still cool. As you face this opening in the wall, you see the cobblestone kind of littering the floor into this more mined out cavern. It looks pretty relatively narrow. Nock, you can probably fit through it, though you'd probably have to kind of scrunch your head and your arms in a little bit. But as you guys are sitting here, you realize that you're getting pretty tired and hungry. I would have you guys mark your thirst, hunger, and fatigue down 1 on your character sheets. At least those of you who have been traveling. Marcorus, you're kind of where you're at.
I'm already a bit hungry.
You've already been hungry and tired, but it has been some time since you guys have rested. So it is. I think you guys were taking a short rest here. Did you guys want to rest like a little bit longer for the evening, or did you want to continue on?
Good. You said the one mark for fatigue as well as for hunger,
and thirst.
Hunger and thirst. Yep.
I have, so that I just want to make sure I have ravenous, and then thirsty, sleepy, and uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we should all be at?
You have to Kimura and Nock. You guys will have to double check where you guys are at.
Yeah, I was at noticeable. I could be at well, it was for temperature. Excuse me. Never mind. Yeah, I was at sleepy. And if I go one more down, I'll be at very sleepy.
Okay.
But we did have a short rest. Would that technically go ahead and just keep me still at sleepy, or would that bring
short rests don't?
Okay.
Knock up. That's the wrong phrase. Short rests do not decrease your fatigue.
Weird phrase.
Yo, we're
Hey man, I ain't trying to get
We're
pregnant.
here.
It's okay. It's totally okay.
Yes. So short rests do not increase or decrease your fatigue. Only resting overnight will. Which the last time you guys actually had a overnight rest was.
It's been a while. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it was before you got to the mausoleum proper.
It was before.
So
we
it's
even got there.
it's been a while since you guys have actually sat down to properly rest.
Oh my god.
Y'all look tired. I mean, we just had a little break, but do you want to find someplace to set up camp or something?
Tired's not even getting ready to describe it.
We should rest.
Imp takes us around all around the goddamn maze down here. Endless dead bodies.
Jerry, were you in a maze?
I was dominion over a long stretch of hallway.
And he was quite the chauffeur. He was blind.
I mean, Gary's never blind, but anyway, I mean, y'all, I'm feeling all right. I could get some shut eye if you want. It's kind of hard to sleep on top of other dead bodies, so if y'all want to sleep, I'm happy to have a lie down.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but
would.
resting is important.
Indeed.
I hate to say that resting's important.
The way I see it, this is not an active conflict zone, but it's not exactly safe here, is it?
Oh yeah, I guess. I mean, I can leave. Jerry don't need to sleep. He can stay awake if you want. Keep watch. Wake us up if something goes wrong.
Well, the sentry is important, so go for it.
All right, Jerry, that good with you?
I will make sure nobody disturbs your slumber. I cannot promise the same for these other mortals.
All right, just try your best. All right.
The contrast is just fucking prime time. Knock finds the closest body to cuddle with and uses it as a pillow. Takes a nap.
Okay. There's not. Yeah, there's like some sarcophagus kind of inset that you could maybe, like a sarcophagus that you can find that's inset into the wall that you could maybe, if you wanted to cuddle with a.
I'm not really cuddling with a corpse. You said there was body. He's sleeping on bodies. So
That was when he was
No,
in. That's when he was in that oubliette that you rescued him from.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna go ahead and then just sit up and put my head onto the wall and go to bed.
Okay.
Marcor sits down and he takes out that clipboard and he makes it like he takes his backpack and he puts it behind him like a little chair and he sort of leans back and he starts writing in his clipboard before he goes off to sleep. But he sort of says, y'all want to start a fire or something like that? I mean, we're in an enclosed space. It might help the temperature.
I look immediately towards Kimura.
Oh, all right. And he makes a note on his clipboard.
What are you writing?
Oh, I'm observing. I'm what do you say? I'm a people person. I like to I mean, it's just a guess. You seem to be the one in charge, yeah? You're the captain, the lady with the boom, 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 this thing, whatever that's called.
Yes.
So, I mean, she deferred to you, so I like to keep track of who's in charge, and I'm fine with that.
What is your role within your organization?
I'm a knight. I mean, yeah, I know I don't look like a knight, but I'm a knight of the Order of the Emerald Claw. But in our group, it's kind of like you're either a knight or you're a commander, and there's not really nothing in between. So I'm a knight, but not like your typical knight, if you know what I mean. I'm kind of one who pushes papers around.
Right, so you are administrative support.
There you go. That does it. Technically an ambassador, but yeah, that's about right. I do mostly work on the administrative end of things.
The title of knight isn't usually worded to pencil pushers.
Maybe not here.
Maybe not anywhere.
Maybe.
Maybe not. Anyway, Wisp, is there something wrong?
No, doesn't matter to me. I figured you would have an opinion.
You'll have to repeat the question. I was lost in thought.
Fire. Should we make one?
Yeah, you got things for a campfire?
Perhaps a small fire, though. This place is... There isn't much place for the smoke to go, is there?
No, but I mean, there's an up, right? We came from up, so should go back up the way we came.
Well, in that case, you're going to have to keep the doors open and direct the smoke. Perhaps Jerry could beat it with his wings.
Oh, yeah. If I tell him to, he'll do it. But you better let me do the talking.
All right, then.
He goes over and has a little word with Jerry and anybody who's watching. Like you can't hear what they're saying, but Jerry just has this unreadably angry look on his face, and goes over and like stands by wherever the campfire is being assembled, and just sort of like floats there, flapping his wings towards the hallway.
That fire is not to stay unattended at all. Other
Are you
years-
talking to me?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
I do not follow your orders.
Okay, well then if you don't attend to it, your master will probably choke to death from smoke. You don't want
Seem
that
think-
now, do you?
He thinks for a moment.
I would not let a thing such as this happen to my master. The most powerful and righteous lord of the pit, Marcoris take.
Well then, keep beating.
Yes. I may take a break sometimes. Sometimes I will beat on and off.
All right, sure. Anyway, she goes back to thinking about what she was thinking about.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, as you kind of sit there, you just remember the little scroll that you took it from the sarcophagus. It seems just to have this incredible weight in your, in your pack, just kind of on your conscience as well. I don't think you've read it yet, have you, Kimura? I don't think Kimura's read it yet.
No, Kimura's not read it yet. She's waiting for a quiet moment to deal with that.
Okay, perfect. Is anybody else doing anything specific? Are you guys going to eat some rations, things like that? If you do, you can mark. You can decrease your hunger and thirst by 1.
Marcoris.
Knock snores.
Oh, Knock is snoring. Okay. Marcoris finishes whatever he's writing on his clipboard, and pulls it off, and he tosses it up in the air, and it vanishes in a flash, sort of like a magician's flash paper, and it's gone.
Okay, yeah. There's a little like sizzle and maybe the briefest of smoke as it disappears.
And then he sort of lays back and says, "All right, time to get some shut eye. Keep up the good work, Jerry."
Yeah, Wisp just kind of takes out her mat. She's gonna unfurl it. She does write very quickly, in her little paper journal that she keeps. But it's very quick. You can tell she's exhausted. She's rubbing her arms afterwards, before she goes to bed, and just you can tell she's tired. She's had a day.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been quite the couple of days. Okay, so you guys all kind of go about your business, lie down and eat and rest and whatnot. Sorry, since you stepped away, Isla, is Kimura doing anything now specific? Nock and Marcoris and Wisp have all kind of eaten and are kind of resting up against whatever wall, wherever they can find that's comfortable for them.
Yes, now that everyone's kind of down timing, she's gonna look at this scroll.
Okay. I can read it out loud if you want, or if you want to read it out loud.
So I have only just
If you choose.
quickly skim read it because I noticed it in my inventory. So Isla's skim, well, almost. So I think it might be dramatic if you read it in the voice of the person who wrote it.
Oh, god damn it. Okay. Because you know what voice I have to fucking do. That's why you want me to fucking read it.
Roll the dice, DM.
No, I already know what voice it is. You guys are going to be happy. All right. So, yeah. So you kind of pull out this this piece of paper. You have to be delicate with it. It looks very old. It's very brittle paper. You feel like if it might just disintegrate just from age if you handle it too much. The thing you notice, there's part of a wax seal that has been removed on this paper, and it does bear the seal of the Onyx Legion. And then it's hard to... It's almost hard to read because it is very faded. But what it says... Yeah, get my voice ready. Captain Featherheart, I send you dark tidings, my old friend. It is no surprise that the city has fallen into darkness. Every time I look up at the sky, I see different stars, different constellations, for simply nothing. I know not where we are. I know not what day it is. I ramble. New orders have been given. Final orders. Whispers and murmurings have reached our ears. Foul names have been spoken. A new power is rising. These stones, these warp stones, they must be destroyed at all costs. They're more than they appear. Seek out the wizard, Halifax Hornigold, in the Old Crook Market. The old man is crazy, but he knows much about things. He may have the location of one of these stones. The politics are still as cutthroat as ever, even with the state of our once proud city. Prince Yurik has locked himself within the castle, speaking to no one but his advisor, Leovold. We have someone on the inside who believes Leovold holds the knowledge to destroy these stones. Take care, my brother. Do what must be done. And then in quotes it says, there is no right or wrong, only the struggle. Your friend, High Sentinel Valerius. P.S. Always remember, if you find yourself in the dark with the voices of ill promise, tell them no. And then that's the end of the letter.
Oh my god! Okay, so there's a lot to take in. So Kimura usually has no expression on her face if she's trying to maintain composure, but her brow is that if anyone does look, her brow is thoroughly furrowed. There's a lot of furrowing going on over there. Like she's trying to make sense of it. She probably reads over it a couple times. That means you have to read it several times, Carl.
No.
Do it again, but slower.
I'm halfway there.
The next 2.5 hours.
Look, you know, pretty much the entire audience here would stick around for it. Anyway, yeah, she reads it a couple of times, and then she kind of rolls it back up again, and just really ponders. She realizes at the moment she can't really do anything with this. So she's really just gonna have to gestate on what she
there's a lot of information that's kind of been bombarded. There's names that you don't know. You've heard Leovold. You've heard the name Leovold before. I think you might have heard the name Yurik before as well.
One of the weirdest parts of that is that it says it. I'm just gonna very quickly refer back to it in my pack here. I've got it saying, Seek out the wizard Halifax Hornigold.
Yes.
The wizard. They refer to him directly as a wizard, not as a monstrosity, not as an illithid, not as an Alhoon, not as a lich. This wizard.
It refers to him as an old man.
Right. So old man is crazy. So it's basically old man and wizard, which means in the time between this was written and us meeting Halifax Hornigold, there has been some changes. So yeah.
Possibly.
Well, supposedly, unless it could have been using illusion magic, I don't know. It's fantasy, folks. Anything gonna happen? No, but that's confusing to her and me. But he said he may have the location of these stones. So perhaps Halifax knows more about the stones than even he has divulged, which is likely. So there's a lot of things going around in her head at the moment. Like you said, names that she's not heard of. I'm assuming has she heard of Captain Featherheart?
You can roll a history check.
Cool.
If you like.
Yay, rolling time. Okay, if my thing would permit me. Why are you not working? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. roll. No, it's not too bad. 14.
14. The name rings a bell. You've heard the name before, mentioned, many years ago in your early days of the Onyx Legion. You've never met this Captain Featherheart,
Okay.
but you do recognize the name at the very least.
Okay.
You can assume by their title they probably were, they once held. You assume that's the person who's in that sarcophagus.
Right.
They were probably had the same rank that you currently do now within the Legion.
Oh, because some sort of like marking insignia that denoted that then, or?
Maybe the ring, but also just that they're captain is the same rank.
Oh, right.
That you are.
Clearly, I'm not with it. Okay. Yeah, because your character's called Captain Kimura, Isla. Yeah.
Yes.
Wake up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, she spends a long time pondering on this. She's not going to say anything at this point. To her, she feels it's not appropriate to bring this up right now because she hasn't really brought up her business. But now it seems that potentially her business is going to be tied in with the business that the rest of the party is now encountering. So she's going to have to be a bit more forefront with it, but I think she's going to wait until we're out of this particular situation. As a bit of foresight as to what my character's thinking. Okay.
Perfect. And then what is Jaraxius doing? Is he just keeping an eye? What's he looking at? What's he doing?
Assuming that letter didn't self-narrate. He doesn't know it's in the letter. So he's just facing the campfire and flapping his wings, but also just like scanning the room back and forth, keeping watch. And also keeping one eye on that shady elf with the gun.
Okay. Have Jaraxius go ahead and roll a perception check.
Oh, yeah. Happy to. Let me get it up here. Jaraxius. That was a wisdom check. He does not have anything extra there. Did I do it?
Shady.
Did it happen?
It did.
Not very great.
Just 5. Yeah, he's kind of trying to pay attention.
Why is this elf still awake?
Yeah, he does hear a little skittering noise, and he turns to look, and coming from the direction that y'all came, he sees a couple rats scurry past. They're trying to scurry past you without being seen, and then they're trying to head deeper into where you guys are, like the direction you guys are headed.
Okay. He does not perceive these as a threat to his master.
Okay. I love it. Okay. And he doesn't. So you said he doesn't have to sleep or anything like that.
No, he's
right. He's an.
I mean, he is a fiendish being of creation. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's familiar, so he's good.
Okay. Kimura, do you end up trying to go into a trance or anything?
Yeah,
a few hours later. Or...
Yeah, I will. So basically, I spent my first 4 hours probably just keep an eye on Jerry, and pondering my letter, and then I'll transfer the rest of it. Yeah. Sorry, that was a really long way of saying yes.
I mean, last week I tried to describe in many ways how a door was stuck.
It's stuck, guys. It's a stuck door.
Stuck. It's fucking stuck, you guys. The night, day, you're not sure what time it is, but it passes in relative peace. You're not awoken within the middle of your sleep or anything like that. Though, as you guys are in the later hours of your rest, the four of you are awoken by a loud crashing sound, a loud boom. You kind of sit up and try to figure out what was going on.
Jerry, report.
There was a loud noise.
And you can see there's like a little bit of dust falling from the ceiling.
It sounded like it came from above us?
Yes. As it's quickly followed by another. You can just hear it like echo from above you, and then more rocks. You can hear like a couple like larger sized chunks of rock maybe hit your shoulders. Nothing to cause any damage or anything like that, but you can see the dust like settle.
Y'all, should we get out of this room? Is there like a room above us? You've been in more of this place than I have.
Nox stands up on his 2 feet, grabs his axe.
The cylinders cave in.
No, but it's probably going to. We need to move.
Yeah, let's skedaddle before whatever's being hauled around up there breaks through, huh? Come on, Jerry. Actually, Jerry, why don't you take a quick break? And Jerry pops out of being and is gone.
Okay.
And,
it's quickly followed by another.
Off we go.
And I need everybody to roll a perception check really quick for me.
Ooh, I thought he was going to say initiative then. For some
I would
reason.
have been pissed. My 15 HP aren't doing so good.
Nock, you're still at disadvantage too, by the way.
I know.
But yeah,
Don't remind me.
Nice. You'll get a 6.
So we got a
14.
3, a 5, a 6, and a 14. Kimura with that 14. Coming from the direction that you had come from earlier, you hear a noise or a multitude of noises.
Oh, okay. What kind of noises?
Laughter of small children.
No,
That's terrible.
you
A birthday
hear
party.
the skittering of something, of many things scratching across stone, as well as a number of uncountable, as you try to like, how many things, like uncountable, that's not even the right word, squeaking, innumerable
Multitude.
squeaking.
Multitudinous.
Squeaking is a multitude of squeaking. The
Okay.
squeaks.
A cacophony. I'll squeak it to
A
it.
cacophony of squeaks.
One of one's favorite words. Cacophony.
God, I need to broaden my fucking vocabulary.
No.
Craig.
You need to advance your vernacular. That's what you need to do.
Whoa.
Um,
Oh, we broke him.
Where'd he go?
We broke him.
Done!
He's dead.
He quit. He quit the show.
It's stuck,
Sorry.
guys. It's just stuck.
Oh.
Would it be safe to say the Kimura perceives this as rat swarm?
Possibly.
Because it sounds, from the description, if I was going to say, it sounds like a rat swarm. Like, lots of skittering, lots of squeaking.
You'd think so. As you're kind of trying to gather your gear and whatnot,
Yeah.
You see a dim light begin to kind of grow in size and brightness, coming from somewhere down the hallway.
Rats with torches. Rats with torches.
It's a dim, kind of weird bluish glow that you can see.
Is that the hallway that we need to go down to get out of here?
No, it's coming from the direction that you went, not the direction you want to go.
Right, okay. I literally just go, something's coming from that direction.
Okay, so let's go the opposite direction.
Right.
Yep. Come on, big guy.
I'm already up.
As the squeaking becomes louder and louder, and the light becomes brighter and brighter.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
I'm
already
already packed up and ready to go. I'm
Yeah,
already
Nox.
packed up and ready to go.
He side eyes the new guy name. Sorry.
Mark.
Mark.
He side eyes Marky
And
Mark.
you are
Knock.
Oh,
Knock.
should wear a name tag or something.
So wait, is this in
Name
character? Because Kimura straight up was
No,
like,
it's
no
not.
need to extra introduction, get the fuck out the room.
So no, he Knock just takes off in the direction of the party.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Kimura makes sure that everyone's out first, and she backs out the room with the pistol pointed back towards the other hallway. So she backs out the room.
Okay.
DM, before I leave the room though, I would like to turn around. Is it possible to turn around? I'd be at disadvantage. Actually, never mind. Run. I'm at a disadvantage if I run.
You do have only 20 feet of movement because you have 2 levels of exhaustion. So
Yeah. I'm moving. I'm moving that way.
You didn't get enough beauty sleep last night. So you guys be getting to run. Are you just flat out running as fast as you can? Okay. Do I have like any appropriate music for this. I don't know if I do other than just combat music. We can turn on combat
I want
music.
a rat song. Play a rap music.
Benny Hill
Rat theme.
Yes. But you guys begin running. Have you guys lit any torches or anything? Some of you are without dark vision. It is very dark. The only light that you can see currently is coming from behind you.
Can I shoot a firebolt behind me?
Sure.
Just to see if it illuminates like any of that madness that's coming at us.
Yeah, go ahead and roll to attack.
God. Oh. Is it /R?
Yes. / roll space 1d20 plus your charisma modifier.
Oh my god, I can't roll today. Because I'm writing in the wrong chat.
Did you write
Thousand monitors, man. Fuck me.
Oh my god, I love it.
First day, y'all. It's my first day. Fuck me. It's a 16. It's a 16 plus 1. That's a 17.
A 17 does hit.
Derek.
Go ahead and roll your damage. It's a 1d10, I believe.
Someone in chat says it's a 15.
Yeah, but yeah, it's 15. Thank you. Thank you. He's a 1d10 right there.
Yeah, I believe so. 4. Okay. So all of a sudden, those of you who might turn around and knock, you kind of just fling a fireball. The kind of the blue baleful flame kind of erupts from your shoulders and kind of courses down your arm as you fling this fireball forward. And what you see is there's like as the fireball passes whatever's coming towards you and hits a couple of them, you just see a massive swarm of rats, and they are just kind of crawling over each other, and there's the weird noise coming from they're squeaking, but there's also like something else there. You're almost like too far away to hear, but you can kind of hear it in your head. And then there's this glow coming from somewhere around these rats. These rats are creating like some sort of weird glow as they just begin barreling towards your direction.
Those rats.
Fuck man. Okay. Continue to run after I make that like quick glance back to see what the hell's going on. I'm like,
okay.
I'm running. It's like,
Oh, none of y'all are allergic to the plague.
Everybody's allergic to the plague. That's what. Okay. Scampering.
Okay, so all of you are able to keep pace away from these rats, except for Knock, unfortunately, because your speed, even if you're like flat out sprinting, you're 40. They've got 30 feet of movement, and soon they are at your feet. You feel them kind of skittering across your boots, and this is when you hear something in your head. You hear voices in your head. Tiny hundreds of little voices saying the same exact thing. You hear them say, "The master is gone, the master is gone, consumed, run, hide," and they're just crawling away. They don't even seem to be attacking you.
okay.
But they're running past, and as they kind of and as you look down at this blue glow that's kind of encapsulating these rats, you see part of their brains, their skulls are exposed, and you can see their brain poking out of their skull, and you're just kind of sat there, just kind of with a what the fuck kind of reaction. I need you to make, and anybody within 10 feet, which I don't think anybody would be because they're quite, unless anybody's sticking back with Knock. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Well, my question is that, for first things first, is that after the rats come upon my feet, I definitely it's full stop. It's full stop as soon as the voice starts speaking. The trauma to which Knock has had with people entering his mind while being in the city of Vedranis have not been too nice to him. So immediately it's full stop. Now if I'm only moving 20, my baseline is only 20, and you guys are moving 30, so you might be 10 feet away. So I'm not sure if that affects or not. Whatever you guys are doing, but Nock's in a full stop and like observe everything around, but like he's only looking down, and those voices are replaying in his head. His eyes are wide, and like he takes a second to kind of just like snap back to look around, and I'm gonna wait for everybody else's reaction. To say something.
Marcoris slows a little tiny bit and turns towards the other two and says, "Are we gonna leave the big guy and just go on? I mean, what do you want to do?"
Kimura's reaction before the rats got to that point, she's actually hovering off the ground in case they were full hostile, but she's looking to knock.
Okay.
So I do have a question.
Yes.
I have the ability to cast levitate as an ability called mingle with the wind. Can that the spell says one creature or loose object of your choice, but since it's a racial ability, am I only able to do it on myself? Or can I do it to anybody?
If it's a spell, I don't know. I feel like it would say in the racial trait if you could cast it on someone else or not, or like in the spell.
Long rest. And
does it say self on the spell?
No. It says one creature or loose object of your choice that you can see within range rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration.
I would say you can cast it on anyone then,
okay,
if they're within range.
Then I'm going to run back to pick him up. I will spend 2 key points to cast, or no, I can just cast this because this is a racial trait, so I don't have to use key, which is kind of cool. So I will go and I will touch Knock like on his like hand wrist area, and as I'm doing that, I'll hold his wrist and tie the rope around him.
You're making a knot kite.
Yeah. And I'm going to let him levitate, and I'm going to concentrate it just so that he's just rising above the rats.
Okay.
And I'm going to start pulling him.
Okay.
But before,
I have 40 feet of movement, so I want to see if I can make him go faster than his 20 feet.
The snapping too of Nock as he blinks his eyes to kind of realize what's going on. That's like part of the time to which he sees Wisp on the approach. I'm just going to yell out that
these rats are running away from something.
And I would say it's about this point. If you're within 30 feet of the rats, you can hear this repeated phrase of them saying, "The master is gone. The master is gone. Consumed. Run. Hide." And at that point, I do need if you haven't rolled it yet, I do need a wisdom saving throw from you, Knock. And I would say, honestly, Wisp as well, since you ran back.
Ooh, 18.
Okay.
Stay with me.
And then
my mouse is a whole cunt, and it's been double clicking all day. So
you're good.
That's 2 rolls.
It's the same roll, so you're good. You rolled a 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not having Wisp kind of help you and cast this levitate spell. It kind of brought you back. You're able to move fine now, but we are going to roll initiative.
Rats.
There's no map for this, so. Do not be worried. We're gonna see if you can fight, escape, whatever you guys want. Wisp, Mark, Kimura, and Knock with the natural 20.
Boom.
When your back's against the wall and you're covered with rats.
Yeah, when you're an air balloon, you get all the benefits. I find it very ironic that we talked about Walter Cross and then someone sat there and says fucking hot air balloon.
Mm-hmm.
That as well.
I also just want to say this is the weirdest parade I've ever been to.
Rats, Goliath air balloons. Shit's fucked.
Oh, that means I can say welcome to the rat parade.
There you go.
God damn.
Very good.
When I was a young mouse.
And I was a rat boy.
Oh,
and
no.
Dad took me
Took me
into
to the city.
Oh my
to see
goodness.
the rat parade. Welcome.
Kimura, you are up first, my friend. If you've been sprinting this whole time, I would think you're about 20 feet away from these rats at the moment.
So are they? They're not actively hostile.
They don't seem to be at the moment.
Run.
I'm not going to abandon everyone, so I'm going to get max elevation and take aim. And just the moment they become hostile, I'm going to start blasting.
All right. Sounds good.
But I'm gonna have
So you're going to
yeah, I'm gonna
prepare
have
an action?
Yeah, I'm going to have the hand cannon out, not the rifle. But yeah, max elevation, prepared action. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Knock, what do you do? You're kind of floating like 20 feet in the air.
Yeah, I mean, could I? The rats, are they? Are we talking like a full tidal wave, circular rotation, cyclonic type of rats formation? Like, are they just like all over the walls and the ceiling, or are they just mostly covering the floor?
Mostly covering the floor. You can't really in their little kind of 5-foot square. If you were to think of it, there's like you can't see the ground. There's so many of them, but they're only taking up about 5 feet. There's not a ton of them at the moment. I mean, there's quite a few, but it's not like 10
So
rats.
there's an ending.
Like...
There's an ending to the rats.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
They're not harming us. They're running away from something. I'm in the air. I can't swing my axe. I'm going to gently turn myself behind and look down the hallway and see if God damn it! All right, but no, I want to see if I can see anything at the end, like beyond the rats. Like I know that they're coming from something. I just want to see if I can see anything. If I can see anything, then I might throw a fireball in that general direction. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna see if I can see something first.
From behind you or ahead of you?
Behind.
Behind
the rat swarm.
Okay. As you're looking, you don't see anything behind these rats. It doesn't seem like there's anything trailing them at this very moment.
Can I try talking to the rats in my inner Goliath mind?
Sure.
Who killed you? Who destroyed your master?
Knock is by the way floating in the air like this.
Talking to rats.
Talking to rats, they're the best. So yeah, I want to ask that question. I'm gonna say that out loud.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys can hear Nock trying to communicate with the rats here. Wisp, what do you do?
No.
Okay, yeah. If so are they skittering past us now? Like if I put Knock down, is he gonna be like stepping at a bunch of rats or getting like
He
a bunch
would
of
be
rats
now because they haven't had a chance to move. Because it's not their turn yet, but it looks like they're kind of continuing along their way down the cave.
Can I like an astronaut kind of push him with the rope so that he can move beyond the rats, and then I can release the spell, and I'll even let that be my full action if I have to, but I want to push him so that he's beyond the rats so I can release the concentration.
Yeah, let's have you roll an athletics check just real quick, because he's still big, like he's still floating, but he's big. So let's see if you can get him to where you want him to go.
How wide is the hallway again? Is it 10 feet? Or is it 5 feet?
It's like probably 7 feet.
Okay, so basically I want to like parkour. I want to kick up on one wall, kick up on the other, and I want to use that momentum to like push him while I still have the other part of the rope.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, go ahead and roll an athletics check.
Shit, I only got an 8.
That was an acrobatics, so you can re-roll it.
Oh,
Phew, wrong button.
Oh
I know, right? Totally wrong.
19.
There you go. 19. Yeah, so are you pushing him behind the rats?
Yeah, I want to push him like beyond, so like to where they're running from, because they're running from this way. And I want to push him up and over it so that he can land right at the opening to see if he can ascertain what's coming at us. Basically, I want to move him towards the opening.
Okay, Perfect.
And as as he gets there, I'm gonna release the levitate.
Knock gets pushed by her and like starts floating. He's just like,
Wait a minute. The exit's that way. What are you doing?
he just like immediate doubt as he's still trying to communicate with rats. There's like immediate frustration. He's like,
Yeah, so as she pushes, I imagine she's just like, tell us what they're running from. And she like pushes him and releases it. And she's going to like...
Wisp, you don't have to shout.
Yeah.
You raise her voice to a normal level. That is a yell for Wisp.
And then she'll release the rope. So I'll just like drop it. So it's still tied around your waist, but it's just kind of loose.
Okay, and then you said you dropped the spell, right?
Yes, I dropped the spell, and then for my movement, I'm gonna stay put for the moment. I'm not gonna leave him behind, and I'm not gonna get too far from them, but I want to kind of stay put to see what's going on before we get too far.
Perfect. All right, Marcoris, is your turn.
Yeah, so I mean, the last we saw Marcoris, he was saying, "Are we gonna go back for that big guy? Just keep going." We believe the Goliath, but then everybody stopped and went to help him. So Marcoris wheels to a stop and goes back up, kind of next to where Kimura is. And first of all, he's just detecting magic because that's what he does all the time with his Eldritch vision.
Okay.
And so he's looking for any signs of magic down that end of the hallway as he sort of picks up what's going on.
Okay.
Do you want me to read the text for you?
Yeah. What's the range?
Sure. Well, it would be up to my vision.
Okay.
I can see for 60 feet, but let me check on.
I think like stone.
Yeah,
like,
let me check on
thick objects will.
I'm gonna look at the text. I can cast detect magic at will. Is the stuff. So detect magic has a range of 30 feet.
Okay. As you're kind of looking and using your invocation, you're not seeing any magic coming from that end, at least that you can see at the moment.
But it lasts for 10 minutes. So he's gonna hold that there, and I guess he's casting it at will. That's his action. So he's basically just sort of holding that there and watching the parade.
Okay. So as these rats are kind of swinging around, skittering around. They're not swinging. They're not enjoying their time right now. They're not having fun. They're not dancing.
Be the best.
Knock. As you ask this question, it's gonna be weird. Roll an animal handling check.
No, I'm gonna handle the fuck out of this animal. No, I'm not.
Okay. All you hear is them say, they repeat the same phrase. The master is gone. The master is gone. And it just says, and they just say, consumed. He was consumed, and they keep going. And then they move a few feet ahead of you, and then they stop as there's another, as the cave rumbles and shakes, and all of a sudden, they say, it's him, and then they fucking bolt down the hallway again.
Is it my turn?
It is Kimura's turn now.
Okay, so all right.
And then they're gonna just double move essentially, so they move 60 feet up the hallway. So where Mark and Kimura are, they're probably 50 feet ahead of you.
Okay. Would it be appropriate for me to shout this on that turn or no?
Yeah, you can shout a little bit. That's fine.
All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and shout.
Whenever these rats are running from, it's coming for us.
And I'm gonna stop moving, like full knocky sprint. That direction.
So 40 feet. Okay, perfect. Kimura.
She's gonna like whip her arm across and just be like, "Then keep moving." And she was kind of pointing down with the pistol, and then as she kind of whips with one arm, she literally brings the pistol up, and now she's just kind of pointed down range to where like the entrance to that area is, so that she could potentially get a shot off, and if anything, whatever this thing might be, turns up.
Okay. Roll a perception check for me, Kimura.
Yes'm.
With advantage, I'd say.
Ooh. You just done did the thing, DM.
Julie,
What?
do the thing.
Julie, do the thing.
Yeah,
That
you
is
did.
a 22.
22.
Nice.
So, here's a throwback kind of thing. You know, so there's that in Star Wars: The Phantom Menace, when they're in that little thing going through the
Course.
water,
Yes.
and there's that big sea monster thing that makes that loud like noise. That is what you hear echoing down the hallway, and then it's fucking terrifying. Derek, shut up.
It is.
He's watching the Phantom Menace
And
tunnel.
then you swear to God you hear a scream.
What kind of scream?
What do you mean?
As in,
Happy
like,
Not a happy one.
like a humanoid scream is
A
what you're
humanoid
saying?
scream.
okay,
Yes.
like a humanoid scream, like male, female, young.
Male.
Goofy
Like-
falling off a cliff.
Male.
Okay. Oh,
We love you, Cole.
Ruin the
Oh.
moment.
No.
Thank you for this very scary campaign.
Sorry.
You're welcome.
Sorry. This is why I don't have coffee at 2 in the morning. Okay, I audibly call out, whatever it is, it's got to be big. Now keep moving. And she actually at this point she puts the pistol away and pulls the rifle out. She's like,
Changing point.
Feeling you're the most indecisive Call of Duty players. You're like,
it's fine. I've got sleight of hand pro, so I think that gives me faster weapon swap times.
you're an asshole.
That's old school though. Okay, so yeah, she's basically in her head taking the approach of modern problems require modern solutions, but big problems require big solutions. So she's swapping the weapon out and she's telling everybody to get the fuck out.
Okay. Perfect. And then Knock, you said you're running.
Yeah, I'm going to run. I can only move 20 feet. You know, you said 40 before.
Right. You can double move.
As an
You
action.
can essentially use your action and your movement to run, and you can move 40 feet.
No. I'm gonna only move the 20. I'm gonna shoot another fireball behind me, see if I can illuminate the tunnel anymore to see if Kimura pointing a rifle can go ahead and see it.
Okay.
Or anybody
perfect.
at that point.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an attack. D20 plus
This
your
time
charisma.
In the right place.
And
13 plus
13. So you kind of fling a fireball back, and it just illuminates dimly the hallway behind you, and hits the back wall. You don't see anything.
Like it.
All right, Wisp.
Okay, if I want to light a torch, is that an action or a bonus action?
Where would your torches be?
They would be in my pack, so basically I would have to like reach behind in my pack. and
Yeah,
grab
it'd
my
probably
ammo.
be like to like grab one. It'd probably be an action, and then to light it, it'd probably be like another action. So it'd probably be like a full round.
Oh, then never mind.
action,
Okay, screw
so-
it. I'm just gonna run blindly into the darkness ahead of me, and I'm gonna move 80 feet.
Okay. You do have the dim light of these rats illuminating a
fine.
little bit, but
That's fine. I'm gonna run
um,
80 feet ahead.
okay, perfect. Are you? So you do run past them?
Yeah,
Um,
I'm just like Naruto style, with like.
do you want to
in
try?
traffic.
Yeah. Do you want to try
Like
to avoid
speeding
stepping
past them.
on them, or
Sure.
okay?
Sure.
Make an
Or step with
acrobatics.
them. I want to run with them.
Okay, make an acrobatics check for me.
Okay.
The
cool.
visuals of this combat are killing me. Just
It's
like
a
the idea
9.
of
Wait,
like
you said
what-
acrobatics?
Acrobatics, yeah.
Okay, yeah, 9.
9. Okay, so you kind of dodge, and all of a sudden you hear like.
Please. Oh, I was gonna say, please don't tell me I stepped on a goddamn rat.
No, you did.
Oh, fuck. Okay. She doesn't make note of it. She's running for her life right now.
Right. So
But yeah, I'm
what's
trying my best.
what's gonna happen is you step on one, you're like, oh shit, and you kind of keep going. There's like kind of this like change of tension in the air as all the rest are saying, Foe, and as you run past them, you're 80 feet. They're gonna try to bite you.
Okay, that's fair.
Kill
the brethren.
22 to hit.
Oh yeah.
And that is 12 points of piercing damage. As all of a sudden, a couple of them start crawling up your leg and start biting into your legs.
That's spicy rat.
Yeah, she is
spicy
mad.
rat.
Yeah, Wisp is like upset by this. She's upset, but she keeps going nonetheless.
Okay.
There's nothing that she can do at the moment.
All right, Mark. You do hear. It's so weird saying Mark.
I know, right?
It's such a.
You can call me Mark Horace.
You do see this. You do hear this. The voices of these cranium rats as they begin saying this, and then you kind of hear Wisp maybe let out a couple like yelps in pain or something like that.
That's really not nice.
I'm very
angry.
You won't like me when I'm angry.
God, pain in the bedroom would be so weird with the fucking Wisp. Yes.
Harder.
For some reason, I started thinking of Daft Punk. Go ahead.
Get the knife.
Harder, faster, stronger.
We're getting into the weird drawer.
Would you like to know what I do on my turn, Cole?
Yes,
Is that what you're waiting? Okay, great.
Yes, please.
Put my microphone here.
Does somebody have the Critical Role staple emote, please?
So, Mark does a couple things. First thing he does is, as his action, he says, Jerry, and Jerry pops back into existence.
Jerry.
What do we see when Jerry... What does he do? What do we see?
There's like a sort of similar to when he like submitted his paperwork and it disappeared in flash. Jerry appears in a flash with the smell of sulfur and brimstone.
Okay.
And just sort of is floating there right in front of him. He's like, figure out what's going on back there. And he points down towards where the threat is coming from.
Okay.
And so I'll need to roll initiative for Jerry.
Yes.
And
we'll add a Jerry axis.
Thank you. I'm basically sending him back to look at what we're dealing with.
Okay.
And so Jerry rolls he rolls a natural 1, so that's a 4.
A 4. Okay.
Which is fine because he wanted to go after me anyway.
Right. That is. Let me bring him down. Let me kind of fix this
Yeah.
real quick. He will go before, after you, before the rats. So he'll go next.
That way, and then I'm going to turn and use my 30 feet to book it. Because it was my action to reappear him. And then I'm going to use my 30 feet to chase after the rest of them.
Okay. So 30 feet, you'll be stepping on rats.
Oh, I'll stop right before the rats then say, excuse me.
Okay. Perfect. It is Jerry's turn.
Okay, so Jerry flies. Jerry, in reply to this, says, I will defeat this being single-handedly. And he flies back towards where we came from.
Okay.
And go invisible.
Okay.
And he's going to go to that little doorway there and just sort of see what he can see. He's got that devil sight, so he can see long ways. He can see, what's my senses? 120 feet of dark vision.
Okay, dark vision. Okay, perfect. As he's kind of as he disappears from your vision, he can talk to you telepathically, correct?
He can. I can see what he sees at all times.
Okay,
so it's not like looking. It's not like Caleb Widowgast. Shout out Critical Role. Check it out if you haven't. That's a joke.
Sorry, what?
He's not like Caleb where his like eyes go blank. I've got this feature where I always know what he's seeing. He always can telepathically relate it to me.
So as you kind of look through his eyes, you don't see anything.
Interesting. Okay. So Jerry is going to hover there. Okay. And he's waiting for more of those sounds.
Okay.
Or what? But he is ready for battle. His tail is all curled up in the threatening pose.
Okay, perfect. the cranium rats, they are gonna continue to make another attack at. Wait, let's see if they. I don't think they can reach you. So they're nipping at your heels, Kimura. Or Wisp. They're unable to. Well, I guess they could get to you. I'm trying to theater of the mind it, and keep this because you moved 80 feet.
Yeah, but I would still be like kind of stuck.
I think you're like 40.
I
I think you're 40 feet away from them, so they can't get to you unless they double move. So they're they're like 10 feet behind you, but like they're nipping at your heels. At this point, at the top of initiative, before Kimura rolls, there's one more loud, like the loudest and like heavy thud and boom. You can feel it in your chest. And all of a sudden, there are several pieces of rock and debris that fall. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
And I have to roll for the rats as well.
18.
Dexterity.
Woo! Finally got a good one. 20. I'll roll for Jerry too.
Disadvantage, so 6.
No.
12.
Alrighty.
I rolled a 20. Jerry rolled a 12.
So knock Jerry. Anybody who rolled a 13 or lower takes 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Anybody who rolled higher takes 6. As everything begins to kind of cave at this point. And you hear that loud...
Okay.
Jerry blinks out of existence. He's crushed by a rock.
I'm gonna be able to defend them with his curly tail. Destroyed.
Oh my god.
All 10 hit points gone.
Yeah. Knock gets hit by this and stumbles pretty hard, and then but catches himself on his few fingers, right on his fingertips, and continuously with putting the movement forward. But hurting.
All right, Kimura.
What happens when I get hit by this? Do I fall to the ground? Or do I just kind of get knocked back, but then I manage to stabilize?
I'd say you'd probably just get like knocked back. It came from like ahead, like above you, so it hits you and you kind of dip down a little bit as it like kind of glances off the side of your head. And you can feel blood running down your face and into your eyes a little bit, but you're still able to maintain your flight, I think, because it's not a concentration spell or anything like that. I don't, because it's your boots that are allowing you to fly. So you're able to keep flight, I'd say.
Okay, and correct me if I'm wrong. This thing that keeps booming hasn't showed itself yet. We're only hearing it still, right?
Right. Yeah, you haven't seen anything.
Okay, she's gonna start to make her way down the hallway still, but she's still gesturing people to get a fucking move on. Like, you just saw what just happened. We gotta move now. Like, if you don't, there's nothing I can do about it. That's the urgency that's in there.
Right. Okay. Knock.
See. As Knock is in a moment of contradiction. There's this giant creature coming towards him that you can hear how big it is. But he knows for a fact that it's his battle-torn body, and the adventures that have taken us from Halifax and onward are tolling. So he doesn't even look backwards. He just continuously run after hitting the brunt of the rocket debris, hitting him, it breaks over his back, bruising up his back, and cutting up his the back of his neck, his traps. He continues to move forward. So I'm just going to keep on running forward.
Okay, perfect. Essentially, what's going to kind of happen? The rats, just kind of speed things up, are now, after hearing that another boom, you see they rolled a 6, so they also fail.
My father was a rat. Rock.
And so there's only a few left that you see. All of a sudden, a big chunk of rock and slam down. You hear like the sickening like squelch and crack of probably a dozen of these
like
rats.
A million wisps stepping on a rat.
Yes. And you only see maybe like half a dozen run out, and they're gonna keep running at this point. They're not gonna keep attacking. So unless you want to like keep attacking them, they're not gonna keep attacking you, and they're just fucking booking it. So if anybody else wants to do anything, we can kind of move through the initiative since they're not gonna be attacking you anymore.
Just keep on running.
But you guys keep moving, and soon there's like kind of this big cave in as the mausoleum, the room that you guys were behind, disappears as dust, rock, and debris completely block the way. And then the last thing you guys hear, actually, everybody roll me one more perception check.
Natural 20!
Natural 20.
Damn. Musically coordinated natural 20. 14.
All right. Knock, you're also at disadvantage.
Cough. Cough.
Oh, there you go. Wisp. As you just managed to pick it out from the sound of the cacophony of rubble falling, you swear, you don't know if it's in your head, you don't know where the origin is, but you swear to God you hear, no, please, I'll do anything, and then quiet as the debris settles, as you swore you heard the voice of Calder Crane. And then silence.
You see, if anyone's paying attention, if anyone has a high enough passive perception to notice her, her eyes go wide. Because she could have sworn that she saw him have his brain sucked on, basically. She could have sworn she saw him die. And to hear his voice, she kind of has this moment of like, is this even real, or is this just a sick joke?
Yeah, and it's weird because you're like, you can't piece together, did you just hear it in your head? Was it just a figment of your imagination? You have no idea. With the way that Vedranis has really kind of fucked with everybody's heads, you have no clue.
She keeps that to herself. She'll just kind of like shake her head and blink too, and kind of like right herself, and she'll go kind of check in with everyone.
Okay. And now all you guys hear is kind of skittering as the rats disappear into the darkness and out of sight. And as you guys regroup and reconvene and try to process and figure out what your next step is, we're going to take our break right there.
See.
Oof.
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. We will be back in 7 to 10 minutes. Make sure you grab a drink, grab a snack, use the restroom, and we will be back shortly. Thank you so much, you guys. We'll see you in a minute. welcome back, everybody. So, as you guys reconvene and regroup, what do you guys do?
I mean, Marcoris is bent over, just heaving breaths.
Yeah, Nock is exhausted, laying down, full sprawled out, like chest fully, almost like it's touching the ceiling. Heavy breaths in and out, as he stands off into the ceiling, completely exhausted.
There was nothing back there. Sent Jerry back. Jerry would have seen something down that hallway. There was nothing chasing us. Just the building collapsing or something.
He said he saw nothing back there.
Nothing, and he would have seen. I mean, he can see. He's real perceptive, better than me.
But I heard what I heard.
I mean, I heard big thumping and stuff like that, but maybe it was just the ceiling collapsing above us.
I mean, how long have you been down here, Mark?
A couple days. Is this is it a mausoleum? What is this place anyway?
It's a crypt.
Okay, all right, similar. Okay.
And as you guys look about you, you're definitely not in a crypt anymore. You're more of in a natural. Or you're in some sort of cavern.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we're
cave.
She said,
It was a crypt.
we're in a crypt. We were in a crypt.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know where we are now.
Those things got scared of something about their master. Can you imagine what their master would have been? Like a giant rat or something like that? Or maybe, I don't know. What do you think?
If he was a giant rat, he was skewered and consumed by something bigger.
Or
The
something,
rats.
A giant cat.
or something more powerful.
Rats spoke to me as they scurried around my toes.
The giant cat.
I had to say it. The giant cat.
I mean, you don't know who those rats could have been
The
working
big
for.
bad evil guy of the entire campaign is this son of a bitch right here.
Adorable. But Nock is going to say that
The rats have brains on the outside of their skulls, all screaming and talking about how their master had been consumed.
Who's their master?
Say, they wouldn't tell me either.
Do I know anything about these creatures? Like any sort of knowledge about what Justin knows to be cranium rats? But does Mark know?
Are you just trying to recall?
Seemed like, I mean, he's traveled. He's been all around.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a history check, I believe. Probably be apt.
Right. That is a 24.
24. You have heard of cranium rats. Cranium rats are creatures that you...
He says in his own voice.
You recall are created by mind flayers to act as their eyes, ears.
Yeah, you ever
and-
run into illithids, like mind flayers? Look like got an octopus on their head and like to eat brains. I mean, they usually are somewhere nearby. They got cranium rats.
But would the cranium rats refer to their master as this illithid?
I mean, on the food chain, illithids are or mind flayers. I don't think they like being called mind flayers, but they're used interchangeably.
Halifax, where's your mind flayer?
No, Mark Horace.
No. We have met one such being.
We met a man who decided that he wasn't going to be ever too keen on the collateral information. Lured us to a trap after trying to find a dead body of someone we were looking for. And instead, he tried to keep us there and bury us with the rest of the sarcophaguses.
Oh,
It might be
Anything.
sarcophagi.
it's sarcophagus.
You semantics. Regardless. Regardless.
But if their master's consumed, that guy's consumed. Something happened to him.
Indeed. I'm not sure if Halifax has the ability to control these rats. What other mind flayers dwell inside of this hellhole?
Yeah, I mean, they seem pretty out of control to me.
Halifax did say that the rest of his people were not around.
All right,
The
so this
rats
guy
said
was the
them,
boss.
But
Something
they just said
happened
their
to him.
master was consumed.
But
So
what?
Halifax is dead. Who's going to assume this?
Maybe. we can't confirm that unless we actually find Halifax, which I
Right.
don't think we'll be doing.
Excuse me, I gotta fill this out. He sits down with his clipboard and starts casting Find Familiar. It's gonna take about an hour. No, 10 minutes. Sorry, 10 minutes.
Nox
Wait, ritual?
sits
I'll
up. Nox sits up and he takes in those who notice, a healthy Goliath standing up, and Nox standing up is very different, staggered. He takes his time as he pushes himself up, and I want to make my way over to the cavern walls and just start to walk the walls with my hands. Is it dark? Is it like super dark? Is there any light at all?
There's no natural light in here, no. So it is relatively dark.
Before I start,
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up to Knock and I'm gonna pat him on the ass with your consent, Derek.
Some dark vision. Give it to me, big boy.
And
Come on.
cast light on his butt cheeks.
What is
Ooh, that's some shiny ass. Hell yeah.
That's gonna
All right.
cast a massive ass shadow.
I then start twerking. No, I'm kidding. So I will then take and lead by walking backwards and just
All right.
Just rubbing my hands on the wall.
I can put it somewhere else.
Any
What is
on
going
clothes. I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
Just cast light on him so you can see.
I have stood up. I have gotten a ass slap from leaving the locker room. He said, "Good game,"
I did.
and left a light on my ass. And now I am
We'll leave the light on
walking.
for you.
I'm now walking around, touching the walls to see if there's like any like doorways or leeways. Any like I know we're not in a place where they're holding sarcophagi, but any divots in the walls or anything of that sort. Any abnormality.
Go ahead and go ahead and make an investigation check with disadvantage because you're tired.
I'm super tired.
The light's behind you.
You said investigation. Bang. Hold on. Tell me if it's clicked twice because my mouse is being real fucky. Is that once?
That was once, yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, there's twice. You rolled lower. So a 2. Yeah, you're not seeing any doorways or anything like that, but it is kind of hard for you to kind of look back at the light behind you. Nox got a proportionately sized ass, and so it is kind of hard to see the wall behind as he kind of turns.
I need that picture of my right now. I want to do shadow puppets with my butt cheeks.
So do I, Derek, but we've got to play Dungeons and Dragons right now.
That's true. That's true.
I guess at this moment I'm just trying to kind of like gauge where like it caved behind us. It caved in behind us.
Yes, it did.
And then forward, nobody has been able to ascertain anything. Has anybody moved?
You
forward?
guys just haven't moved forward. You're kind of in the same
Okay.
spot, kind of Nox looking at the walls, and all you can see is darkness ahead of you.
Okay. Then I will spend. I'll spend a couple key points and cast Dark Vision on myself. And I'm just gonna move forward a little bit and just start walking forward and see if there's anything that I can see with it.
Okay. All you can see is a cavern or like a tunnel, more so, that continues down for some, past your vision.
Okay. I have Dark Vision for 8 hours now.
Okay.
Okay, so it's just a cavern?
Yeah, it's just a tunnel that goes forward. You don't see any turns, at least at this juncture or anything like that.
Everything seems to be okay moving forward. We proceed for now.
You gotta give. I'm sorry, I just need. And he's casting Find Familiar. I just need like an hour.
Sorry.
Sorry, an hour?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta fill this out in triplicate.
No.
Okay.
You're not filling anything out in triplicate. We're going.
If I don't do it in triplicate, I'm gonna. Oh, you mean I'm not doing it at all? Oh, sorry. All right. Hey, I mean, like I said, you're the boss, right? So, but that means Jerry's not around, so someone else will have to keep lookout.
Can you not do it whilst walking?
No. I gotta really concentrate on this stuff. If I miss one cross T or dotted I or whatever, it doesn't work.
Kamora looks around. How hostile does this area look? When I say hostile, how secure does this area look?
I mean, it's a tunnel. It's,
headroom?
I mean, it's about 20. You guys had floated up. It's like at 20 feet. It's relatively large, but it's, you know, there's only one way to go, so you can't really, you know, ascertain.
I don't think
You know,
we can
it's just a, yeah.
I mean, I'll follow your lead, boss.
We should at least
Well,
get to a larger, safer area first.
All right, that's fine with me.
Sure.
I
Then
mean,
you
Jared
can-
doesn't care.
Then you can do your triple clit, whatever.
Nope, that's not it. It's awful close.
I just
But yeah, I hear you.
yeah. Onward then.
Onward and that way word.
Onward.
Lord.
Okay. So you guys continue forward. Are you guys lighting any torches or anything? Knock. I think you're the only
I'm
one.
good.
Butt light.
He's got a
Butt
butt
light?
light.
That's
Falling
true.
off Knock's butt.
Light butt.
Okay, so you guys continue down this hallway or this tunnel for a good while, and as you guys continue, you guys notice that soon instead of the solid earth or stone that you guys have been walking on, all of a sudden you hear as you take a step, you hear your foot hit what appears to be wood. You can kind of hear the echo as your foot hits wood.
Like a floor?
Yeah, like transitional, like from just little dirt to floor. It's a very drastic.
Yeah.
It's,
Detecting magic.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
can
wanna
we look around?
See it on his butt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to be on. I want to be near a wall still. I want to be touching the wall. I know I can see. I just want to kind of just be able to be near a wall. There's a
Okay.
transition also on the walls as well. As a transition from like stone stalactite to
Yeah, so as you're kind of looking around, you see wood slats that have been laid down on this on the ground, and you can see wood beams have been propped up in certain places against the wall. You begin to see barrels and buckets and carts. You see abandoned pickaxes and stone. And as you're looking at the walls, it looks like this area, at least, has been excavated. And as you're sitting there, there's kind of this rush of cold air. All of you kind of shiver. It's
Knock does not. Knock actually finds it very refreshing at first because it's a sign of fresh. If it is anything like that, it's that fresh air. Knock is also extremely resistant to cold because he lives up in the mountain peak. So like it's like that immediately to him where he's been now down the ground. As soon as it hits him, like if everybody else shivers, he's like,
Oh, you smell that, everyone? I smell freedom.
No.
Can I smell the shift in air? Like that sounds so weird to say, but as an air genasi, like would I be able to tell that that's fresh air?
possibly, yeah. Go ahead and roll a survival
for
check.
air.
Roll
air
for
check.
air.
fresh meat.
Roll a
Okay.
survival check.
Survival, yeah.
Yeah.
this one kind of feels like helium, but I'm
4. I have no idea what air is like as an air genasi.
This air?
You
It's like the
yeah.
butterfly.
Is
Is
this
this air?
You're not detecting any
But it's just
like any shift or change or anything.
okay. I just wanted the confirmation if like what Knock was doing was valid or not.
Yeah, it was almost like this weird kind of gust that kind of
Okay.
hit you.
I'm off put.
Rusty.
I'm rusty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright,
No.
so,
I guess as we move into this space, can I just take another quick around? Do I see any more of those glyphs on the walls?
Go ahead and make a perception check as well.
Okay. She just wants to check real quick. It's kind of like, nah, it's a 6. She's just kind of like glancing about really quickly, like not even really thinking about it.
What are you looking for, champ?
And she'll pull out. She'll, as you know, she says this. She's still kind of looking around, like pulls it out. These glyphs. I've
look at it.
found them on the walls. This one here, particularly. And she points to the one where it's the 8 legs with the circle and the 3 circles on the inside. And she says, back in that other room, there was a tablet. And in Undercommon, it talked about a weaver. And when she says weaver, like, she gets even quieter. Like, she's already kind of like hard to hear, but she gets even quieter.
And then he gets louder. It's like a weaver?
Don't say it out loud. It gives it power.
And you got like that once.
And she like looks around. You don't want it to wake up.
Does this ring any bells for me? Do I know what the crap a weaver is or any connections at all?
Roll a history check.
Okay. Dad, 18. Sounds like a spider. I mean, he's got little 8 legs.
It looks like the passage talked of carrying burdens. We are as the legs that lift him up. The faces watch through his web. It's definitely a spider, but
something bigger.
Halifax, the Illithid we spoke to, said that you give power to things by calling them their names. If we say its name too many times, it can maybe awaken something.
Gotcha. I'm sorry, we interrupted you there. Do I know anything else?
You've heard the name. You've heard this like title. Back in Karnath.
Yeah.
The symbol like that she shows you looks somewhat familiar, though you're not quite able to place it, but you swear you've seen it before somewhere.
Something is tickling the back of my brain. Like, we might have a file on this, maybe, but gosh, I can't for the life of me think what it might be. Some sort of great power. I mean, it's kind of my bag. So, all right. Well, we'll keep looking for these clips. Yeah.
She'll fold it up and put it in her pouch again.
But that was
and then he says, hey, and he points at Nox's butt, which is all lit up, and he goes, butt.
Was that a private conversation?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, it's just funny.
Wisp pops at like a monotone level, so if you can hear her, then sure. But she's not trying to keep it secret. She's just like looking around and making conversation.
Perhaps in that case, let's just refer to it as something else.
Heine?
No. The entity.
They call it dead.
Why don't we just call it the thing?
The thing.
You know what?
I'm not sure. Here's the problem. Does referring to it in context give it power?
That's the thing I don't know.
Yeah. But it's too dangerous to mess around with.
Right.
You don't want to make that mistake more than once.
No.
Maybe we should just hand motion.
This.
It's
gonna keep doing this for an hour.
It's gotta be creepy like.
Literally, like I can imagine all of us doing this, and Kimura just literally looking at us like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Like always.
It's a jellyfish. Could you all stop fucking about?
Wait a minute. If the runes or whatnot are over there, and the runes are here.
Nock wants to do like a one around. So you said there was mines, barrels, mine carts. This place has been excavated.
Now my question is
there
Are they? Are we? Is this connected to an excavation, or was somebody trying to excavate into the mausoleum?
That's exactly my question.
Yeah.
Me and my clan have been partners and friends of the dwarves in the Gurkean Mountains. Much excavating has come here, and many creatures of the deep that have made themselves very apparent after you've gone too far. No amount of gold is worth harvesting out a hook spider, if anything.
Knock wants to look to the floor. Is there any footsteps that are coming one way or another way? Like in the sense of like on the floor or anything else like that? Like, is there anything of that sort? Like where we're going to where they're going?
Go ahead and make a survival check. You'll be at disadvantage.
I love disadvantage. All right. Boop. Well, that was twice. So yeah, 11-7.
7. You're not seeing anything. You're unable to determine if there's any footsteps or whatnot. There's with all the debris, because they're like the wood slats do have like dust and rock and whatnot. It's just kind of hard for you to tell at this moment.
Okay. I'll finish my sentence by saying,
If people were excavating, we're heading to either a dead end or an exit. It's one or the other. And all but the rest of you. What's back there? I can't through there.
I don't know the first thing about mining, but I'll tell you what. I'm guessing they don't usually start in the crypt.
No, they don't. Unless you're a grave robber, which means you would start in
Right.
a crypt and then dig your way out there.
Or if you're a zombie miner,
those exist.
you'd be surprised.
Regardless, what's it about following drafts in mine shafts?
A draft usually means a way out, fresh air, an exit, a portal.
Well,
If anything,
is the air just damp down here, or is it actually fresh?
something's familiar about it.
which DM, just because of the not being out in the wild and the open, the high altitudes, we're obviously not high up in the air, but would I be able to just ascertain if this is going to be fresh air from outside or not?
Sure. I'll let you make a survival check as well, and with your just kind of acclimation to being out on the mountains and things like that, I'm going to give you an advantage, but it's going to cancel out the disadvantage, so it'll just be a straight roll for you.
Or at the very least, sir. An 8. Fuck me in the face.
You're not used to this. You're not used to this
cannot.
terrain.
I made a
roll
mayor and
20.
I still have no idea, right?
Yeah, me and you are the most unfamiliar of people, and we're supposed to be very familiar with all of this.
Yeah.
All right.
We're
then
underground. That's how I'm reasoning it out. We're underground.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, keep it moving. I got nothing else to go ahead and say other than that.
Sweet.
Okay.
Follow the
So-
air, I guess.
Yeah, you guys continue on, seeing, more of these carts and barrels. They seem to be filled with, different type of ore. Couple even catch like a couple of, there's a glint off the light every so often in some of these, barrels and boxes and whatnot that you see.
You don't
that
think
some of them
anything
are
here is
open.
valuable?
I was just gonna say if she catches glints, she's gonna start looking through carts.
Yeah, ditto.
Okay.
I would like to, yeah.
And always detecting magic.
Okay. Everybody go ahead and whoever's checking, go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
9.
14.
Apparently, I'm not doing much of anything today.
15.
feel you.
20 wants you to fail today.
15.
Okay. Kimura, you see, as you kind of pick through some of these barrels, you're picking out diamonds, itty bitty diamonds, like little pieces of diamond. Some of them are a little larger, but they've apparently been left. Marcoris, as you're kind of sifting through, you your detect magic catches something, and you reach in and grab. There's a little bit of a aura around it, and you pull out about a fist-sized gem.
Hey, check it out.
It looks like it's been cracked, and there is it's hollow, and it's been cracked, and it's like I said, it's sky blue, though it's kind of not like a bright or brilliant, but you hold it, and like you instantly, your hand feels cold, almost as if you're touching ice, but it's not ice, it's not melting, it doesn't have the same consistency, but you're holding it, and it's briefly like kind of lit up with your detect magic, but it's very faint.
What kind of magic is it giving off?
I'd have to look up the schools.
Okay.
Where are they? I don't know what the different ones are.
That's cool. That's cool. But it's not like necrotic or something weird, or
that's what
it's not a big deal. If you want to look it up later, that's cool. I'll pocket it. I mean, he'll be like,
okay,
hey, look at this. It's like it's like chili or something.
I'm gonna say alteration.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I'll check this out later, or maybe one of y'all can check it out while I fill out my paperwork.
Sure, of course.
I'm only gonna
She
put it in
just
my
kind of
sack.
looks at it like peculiarly, like magic to her is kind of weird, so she's just like,
Toss my bag.
Okay.
Keep on keeping on, y'all.
Kimura holds a diamond up. There's no real light sources in here other than what's
Nox ass.
Other than Nox ass, yeah.
I think that's the only light source at the moment.
Woof. Okay. Kimura holds the diamond up, waits for Nock to kind of walk past to a point where the light bounces off it properly.
Yeah. This is a good point Lita brought up. Transmutation.
Okay.
Oh.
I think is similar to alteration.
It's transmutation. It's gonna change one thing into another thing.
Yes.
And she gestures to whoever's close. She goes, "Do you see that?
What?
See what?
This diamond?
It's a diamond.
One of the lifebloods of war."
Here we go. Lifebloods of war, it's a testament of valor.
He's just going because he's tired.
It's not a testament of valor. I don't say things like that. You, on the other hand.
Don't misquote me.
The point, if you're going to quote me, get it right. The point I'm making is, whatever they were, mining down here, big deal. What exactly is that? I gesture over to what Wisp had.
I wasn't holding it.
I thought. So
The orb?
Mark.
Mark has
Little
it.
snowball?
I was just over there asking what it was.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about it. Yeah, this thing. I don't know. Yeah, maybe they found it. But the question I want to ask is, where is everyone?
It's a good question. If they leave things so valuable down here, diamonds, whatever the heck that is.
This thing?
That thing. Can I look around? Is there bones? Evidence of people?
Spiderwebs.
So,
Signs that say danger.
Any sign of life or ex-life? Even
like critters, like
Okay.
even like.
is it somewhat damp down here? Is the air damp?
It's cold and dry from what you can tell. And as you kind of look around, go ahead and make me one more investigation check, Kimura. As this is happening, above your head, Mark, you hear a little, and you know what that sound is. as you kind of just out of habit reach up, and a little piece of paper pops out of nowhere.
It's for me. Open it up and read it to myself.
It's 21, but I got 21.
It says, it just says the Weaver, period, investigate, period, report back, period.
Yeah, figured.
The 21, as you're kind of digging around, kind of looking around, there is a spot in the wall where there's almost an opening. And you instinctively kind of look in, and there is a skeleton in there. Like built into, like set into the wall, or the cavern rather.
We talking just like set into the wall?
No, not set. Just like it's one of its arms is missing. The other one's kind of splayed out. That's what you see first. Is like a skeletal arm just kind of lopped out on, like almost touching the ground out of this like little area of the wall.
Okay.
And you see another one of these stones that is open. It's cracked, hollow, and you hold it.
These cold things that I had,
and it's cold to the touch.
Dare I ask, on the specific of that, does it look like they've been fused into the wall?
With the 21, sort of. It's hard to tell, but yes, it looks like almost like this has been dug out. Like this skeleton has been dug out of the wall itself.
So it itself has been excavated.
Hold on one second. And Marcor is finally catching up after reading his letters or reproaches. And so you're saying that the skeleton is where now? The skeleton is in the wall still?
Yeah, there's like a little bit of an opening, and as you kind of look, you can see like a skeleton kind of hanging, like an arm hanging in the open, but like inset into the wall.
He's still stuck in there.
Is like a skeleton stuck in there.
And Susan goes, "Oh wait, what happened to you, huh? I mean, y'all want some answers?"
Well, sure as hell don't want more questions.
Well, I mean, I get like 3 of them, I think. Hold on.
Wait, what?
And I'm gonna cast Speak with Dead.
Okay.
It's a great spell.
And it's just gonna take me a little time to hold on. And I pull out my clipboard. I'm like, skeletal. Looks like been dead longer than a while.
Okay, really? We got the chronicle out of this?
No, well, I got accurate records are the key to keeping a organization running smoothly, right? It's the oil and wheels. Okay, yeah, I can give it 5 questions here. So before we kick this thing into gear, what y'all want to ask?
Sorry, you're writing notes, then asking. It's dead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, death is kind of.
No, it's dead. It's not undead. Dead. It's dead.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, dead is dead, right? And after this, there's nothing. But still, we can sort of. And he takes the piece of paper and tosses it up in the air, flash paper, into a sulfur smell, and the spell goes into effect as the skeleton creaks back to a foul semblance of life.
Right, and it's strange because all of a sudden you smell the phosphorus, and then Kimura's like, it's dead, and all of a sudden you hear as like
I'm like
part of the stone loosens as like it kind of breaks and his jaw opens, and then you just hear a blood curdling scream.
Kimura like
come from the skeleton that echoes off the walls.
Jumps the fuck
It's like when
back
Harry
and
Potter
goes
opens that fucking book in the Sorcerer's Stone. It's like that kind of
And I say, hey, buddy, hey, whoa, settle down there, champ. We're not here to cause any problems. We just want to ask you a few questions. So if you can just knock that off, thank you. Thank you. That's better. Let's start with this. Looks like you're in a wall. How'd you end up in a wall, buddy?
trying to think of like a proper voice for a fucking skeleton.
Just clickety clackety bone sounds.
Quickly, eat a spoonful of cinnamon.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, cinnamon challenge.
Just take a
Sure.
big drag off an unfiltered cigarette.
Okay. You
With
hear.
the fat one.
I don't know.
Oh, that's sad.
So Kimura gestures back to Knock in an attitude she doesn't usually show, and she literally just mouths,
He goes, and then he goes.
"This fucking
Knock,
guy."
knock.
Like, she's not surprised that this is happening. She's confused by Mark's temperament at all times. It's like, who the fuck is this guy?
Knock kind of looks at her, and like pantomimes, like opening up a book and like. Like it's just magic. He's just
Magic. All right, let's see. Friend, how did you die? Murder?
Murdered.
Jacques?
Uh-huh. All right. He says he's been murdered.
So hold on. How does being fused into a wall? How does?
He doesn't remember how he got there. So
Where the hell did you get murdered by?
Okay, that's a good question. My big friend over here with the shiny butt wants to know who murdered you, or something like that.
The voice replies.
Dreamweaver.
Let's see.
Weaver. That's a good. That's a good one. I mean, it's a good song, but yeah.
My brother.
Oh, that's sad, y'all. I mean, I'm not getting a lot of information that's useful, but it's sad, right?
Family affair.
It's spicy. This is some spicy drama. Tell you what.
Who's it? Who's the brother?
Well, I don't know if we want to ask that. I mean, you know, like we got to get back to more pertinent stuff so this guy can rest. I mean, gaping void of death awaits us all, so we got to get him back to that.
Sure. Yeah.
All right, so let's see. How about this? Hey, can you hand me that drawing that you made there, staff lady?
She just like nods and hands it to you from her pouch.
Okay, good. All right. Does this symbol on here mean anything to you, and if so, what?
And you're showing the
I'm showing the symbol of the Weaver.
the Weaver. Let me roll to see if it knows anything. No.
Okay, all right. This guy's been through a lot. One last question, and then we'll let you rest. All right. This way to the exit, and he points in the direction that they were heading.
I don't know.
Okay, all right. And I turn up and walk away as the spell ends.
Whoa! I was like,
as if he's just speaking, like the jaw that was kind of moving, like breaks off, and just falls to the ground.
I mean, my guess, y'all, and he wouldn't remember this because he was already dead. I'm guessing he got killed, he got buried, and then something pushed him down here. He was in the mausoleum or the crypt or something, just shifting plate tectonics and whatnot.
Well, this was educational and highly useful.
No, it wasn't. I mean, you don't have to pander to me. Like, I know that I just wasted a spell on that, but I mean, you know, at least we know he wasn't like, hey, watch out, your grandfather or something. I don't know.
He could have been buried down here for 1,000 reasons.
Yep.
His brother could have gone ahead and wanted the diamonds, but not to himself.
But it could have been useful, right? It could have been like, hey, watch out for my box of diamonds that I got hidden.
Why would he? What? Okay, this is far beyond my expertise.
I don't know. I mean, we keep at it, right? I mean, divinity lies within our blood. You can be something great. I mean, that's what I always heard.
DM, in the hallways and whatnot to this place that we're going, is it windy? Is it we're going uphill? Are we going downhill?
It is kind of windy. There is kind of a unnatural, deviance to the terrain. As there's like a big rock in one way. It looks like they've had to mine around it or something like that. So it's not like just a straight narrow line. It's moving and whatnot. As like what you would think a mine shaft would probably look like. There are turns and things like that. There's areas that open up into wider areas where it looks like there's like maybe a little bit of a base camp or something set up and things like that.
I'm gonna get really like miney geeky real quick because I've been following a mining channel on YouTube. But is there a stope, like any higher stopes that have been used? People have been mining the higher up. Let's say, for example, I'm in a room. I look, there's a giant vein of ore. I'm gonna climb up there and then excavate the entirety of that thing and then continue to move on to a different part of the mine.
A few, yeah, but there's like it's almost like there's like some scaffoldings, if that's what you're thinking of, where like to reach up to the higher spots where you
and like is there any like and then those scaffoldings, is there anything else that leads anywhere further? I'm gonna turn around and just be like,
Come on,
Yes.
check the ceiling. We checked everywhere else around here. We're talking to dead people. And I don't have the damn eyesight of a bird. Bird.
sorry, I just watched like a Suicide Squad.
Hand.
I'm gonna go.
I'm going to iterate. I also do not have the eyesight of a bird, but yeah, I'll check.
You have the eyesight of a bat.
Kamora, what do your elf eyes see?
At least I ain't got the eyesight of a bitch. What? And as she floats up, she flies. She goes up to the ceiling to see what's cracking. What's cracking up there?
Yeah, you just see more of the same. You're not seeing anything new up here. You're just seeing more, marks of like a pick or something like that. There's even some diamonds that you can see that are still set into the stone itself, things like that. You're not really seeing anything else that's going to give you any more information.
Okay. I come back down and just say, listen, okay, we're not really making any progress here, but it's clear that this place is not dried up, which means whoever left didn't leave because they wanted to. Now, Mr. Useless fucking dead person over there in the wall was, well, useless and dead.
Oh, I didn't ask his name.
Well, then that's his name now, okay? That's his name. I really don't care. I just want to get out of here.
All right.
And then she pauses for a second. She pauses for a second, and you can see that she's realized that she's not being composed, and she goes, "Let's go."
There you go.
Okay.
At the pen drop, we move.
All right, and you guys continue for another 20, 30 minutes, seeing much the same. As you guys, begin getting maybe a little bit tired or bored of seeing, the same thing over and over. Everybody roll me a perception check. And knock at disadvantage.
Hey, that's a crit 20.
There we go. There's some good rolls.
I'm loving
crit
these
20 for a
perception
19.
checks. It's like my best skill.
Ooh.
And then I roll a 1.
Wisp and Mark. I guess I should say you each hear a couple different things. Mark, somewhere ahead, you begin to hear the clanging of metal on stone.
Oh, you hear that?
Quite an echo. And Wisp, you hear voices somewhere up ahead. You can see there's the natural course of the tunnel has kind of gone to the left, and you're kind of making a right, and you're kind of making a sharp left. Coming from around that left side, as it kind of even bends back, you hear, like I said, voices. You hear some chuckling, maybe. It sounds like 3 voices.
Yeah, hold on. Hold.
Hold on, everybody, back up.
What
Up.
is it?
There's voices. There's
I think we stumbled
people
upon
ahead. Somebody's here.
I think we stumbled upon the active location of the mine.
Wait.
Like laughing, chuckling, voices.
Not like evil screaming voices.
No, they didn't sound quite like that. But
And I'm hearing
people,
clang,
nonetheless.
like they're. I don't. Again, I'm not a miner, so I don't know what the technical terms for.
Question for your DM. Would I notice any of these sounds are coming from particular since I've are friends with mountain folk?
Sorry, say that one more time.
If knowing mountain folk, being with dwarves, being inside of mines and whatnot, it's a sound. Does any of these sounds sound familiar to Nock? Like mining, flattening steel, or anything that's sort of like if they were making weapons or anything else like that.
It sounds like, I mean, from what he's describing, it sounds like metal on stone.
Okay, all right.
Y'all, I mean, I can. Again, give me an hour.
Which
to
direction?
finish this paperwork.
And I point in the direction ahead, that kind of like that left jut.
I am going to go scout it. Use the time to fill in your paperwork. And I look to the rest of the party. Anyone else feeling particularly sneaky?
Nock looks at Kimura. Looks to Mark and says,
I mean, that'll run out pretty soon.
I'm gonna stay right here.
I have just been casting it over and over and over.
With Mr. Paperwork. Mr. Paperwork.
Dig.
You got any healing potions?
First of all, Marcoris, Mr. Paperwork was my father. But second of all, no.
Confirmed.
I mean, I can heal in an emergency, but no.
Nock leans real close to him and says,
"This is an emergency."
Yeah, I'm sorry. This don't. And this is no offense to you. You seem great. You remind me a lot of somebody that I care a lot for. But I'm saving that for this. This is like a last ditch effort. The stuff that I got stored up. Like this is like, oh shit, he's bleeding out and he's about to die forever and ever.
Oh, I see. I remember this.
Yeah.
I remember.
All right, Beefcake.
When Kimura says, "Is anyone feeling sneaky?" she was looking directly at Wisp when she said that.
So we're having this conversation off to the side.
Yeah, I've already made eye contact and like kind of nodded as they're having this conversation like over us, obviously understanding what's going on, and I just like move underneath them, kind of like just towards you. Screw it. I'll spend another 2 key points and cast Pass Without a Trace.
Fuck yeah.
Where'd they go?
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
So
They're
as
gone.
I walk over to you, you see my eyes flicker from that milky white gray that they usually are, and it flickers to completely black. And then as I like I wave over my hand and my eyes change, and I wave over yours, and yours are gonna change as well.
Oh.
And
Marcoris
we
makes
both,
a note in his notebook.
yeah, we both kind of like have this flicker of just this dark, wispy, airy shadow around us as that happens. And you kind of just see us like fade a little bit more into obscurity.
And as they fade out, I sort of lean over to Nock, and we're watching this happen. I go, I can do that too. I mean, I can't do that spell, but I can make my eyes.
Can I sneak up behind Nock?
Sure, you could roll a stealth check and.
Is it plus 10?
Yeah, you add
it is?
10.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck yeah. So basically, whatever I roll plus 15. Let's go.
Yeah.
Roll
Oh, actually,
one.
hang on. Does Mask of the Wild apply with the situation we're in? Or, no,
I don't know what that is.
No, that's for environmental effects, not. Basically, even in lightly obscurance, I can basically make an attempt to hide.
Oh, right.
Things like
Yeah.
foliage, mist, rain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
dark.
no,
So
that won't. Yeah.
I rolled a. It was it was only a 2, so 17. Only 17.
Knock, roll a perception check at disadvantage.
It's my favorite word of the day.
Disadvantage.
I'm also distracting him quite a bit.
You said perception, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my
Sick.
god, if you weren't at
Sick.
disadvantage.
Oh.
6. Yeah, he doesn't see you coming.
Okay, so I just kind of whisper in his ear. Make sure he does that fucking paperwork.
What am I, secretary?
Sorry, what?
And we're already like obscuredly in the background. We have
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks down at the paperwork, but Knock is like looking over Mark's shoulder to like kind of like look at his paperwork.
Do
Can
you
I see his paperwork?
do you speak Infernal?
Fuck. I look at it and I go, I can speak this, and I pull up my tongue and start speaking deep speech at him.
Oh, that's cool. I don't speak that, but that's cool. I like it. Neat.
Wow.
Just
I like the
nodding
tongue.
and
I like the
saying, like,
tongue thing too.
Yeah.
This was the
yeah.
perfect opportunity for your Owen Wilson wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
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 That's
Wow.
quite something. Wow.
I'll tell you, that's a great thing.
In
you
episode
got there.
15,
Wow.
Cole reveals that this character is partially based on Owen Wilson's character from Loki.
I did no such thing.
Wait, Owen
Mhm.
Wilson's
Mobius
in
and
Loki?
Mobius. Yeah,
What's that?
Mobius and Mobius, man. Come on.
I haven't
Get with it,
watched
girl.
it yet.
Get with it, UK.
So get with it over the pond.
Is that my nickname? UK.
Yeah,
That's what we all
UK,
call you
over-
when you're not here.
So,
People from
yeah,
Texas,
so-
get rid of Texas.
over the pond.
Because
Tea and
mostly we want to
crumpets.
know if UK.
If it helps, the county I'm from is called Kent. So get with it, Kent.
That doesn't
You
sound
can
like a
say
real
that
place.
if you want.
Sounds like you're making that up.
Oh, that's very Zombieland. Sorry to get off topic.
I forgot what was happening.
So did we?
Sneaking.
I'm gonna do
Tallahassee?
Sneak.
Yeah, we were
so
sneaking. We're
you're
going.
sneaking
Yeah, we're gonna
away.
sneak off. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me another set of stealth checks.
Okay. Can I levitate during this to mitigate footstep noises?
That's a hefty 30.
Ooh,
Yeah, oh, whoa.
Oh my
right.
god.
That's doily.
Dirty 20 plus 10.
Doily.
Yeah, I will. It's kind of
I am
kind of
a shadow.
strange because I don't want.
You don't have to. I mean, I've already got
Yeah,
past
Yeah,
that
go.
trace on.
Yeah, go ahead and just roll normally, and I'll
Okay,
take that
fine.
into consideration.
Okay.
So I've just become a shadow, basically. I'm
Yes.
obscured into nothing.
For fuck's sake. 16.
16. Okay.
Oh my god.
As you try to fly, you hit your head on the ceiling. As you guys move down, like I said, you kind of take a left turn around a corner and lose eyesight of Mark and Knock.
Mhm.
The tunnel continues and makes almost an immediate right, about 10 feet away, and that's where you hear the voices coming around that corner. You can also see a little bit of light coming from around there, and so it gives you a perfect kind of Splinter Cell, turn and look thing if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Cool.
You guys kind of lean up against the wall and turn and look, and what you see you see what's creating the light is a couple hooded lanterns that are set on a couple boxes, and you see 3 shorter figures. You would think they were dwarves, but they've got ashen gray skin and pure white beards,
Yeah.
large noises, and one of them is hitting against the looks like he's in the act of mining something. 2 of the others are there. Like I said, there's 3 of them. They're sitting there smoking like a pipe. A couple of them are kind of laughing, and they're speaking to each other.
Could I roll to identify what these are?
Sure. Just roll a straight intelligence check for me.
Oof. Okay.
What'd you roll?
Oh, 15.
Oh, there you go. 15.
15.
These are Duragar.
Mm-hmm.
They're great. Yeah, yeah.
Gear.
So I do know what they are then, yeah.
Yeah. You've heard about them.
What's the pronunciation again? Is it Durgar?
Duragar.
Duragar. Okay, so
I listened to Matt Mercer say it on D&D Beyond. It's Duragar.
Duragar. Okay, right. So
Yeah.
I obviously both Wisp and I have seen this, and I just pause and go, Duragar.
And how many were there? 3?
3 currently, and what you see, it looks like they're at like the mouth of some opening. As deeper in, you see a lot more light. It's a low-hanging opening, almost just tall enough for them. It's like you guys would probably have to duck to get under, so you can't quite see what's going on behind them. Other than you can see quite a few more figures milling about.
This is the only direction that we see, right? There's not like another path that
You
we
can make
found.
a perception check.
Yeah, I would like
Yeah,
to.
make a perception check for me.
And I still have dark vision up, so I can see up to 60 feet. Perception. That is a natural 1 for a 2.
Yeah, you're not seeing anything else.
Can't do shit today, apparently. Okay, so I'll just kind of like look really briefly for a second. I'm kind of distracted because I've never seen or heard what Duragar are. I'm very ignorant to what that is, so I'm kind of distracted in the moment, and I'll turn back and kind of whisper, do you think we can sneak past, or should we get ready for another fight? What are our options? I mean, I can spread my shadow as long as people are close. It can have some range, so I don't know if that'll be enough.
The Duragar
But we can try.
are built for underground. So they're attuned to odd noises and the differences between cave noises and not cave noises. Do you know much about them?
No.
You've heard of drow, right?
Yes.
Well, consider Duragar to dwarves as drow are to elves.
Good
Basically,
explanation.
dwarven asshole cousins. I can't imagine that we have.
She just kind of like gives you like one of those like, oh, okay.
And I will say as well, sorry, Wisp, you can understand what they're saying.
Oh yeah, because they're speaking undercommon.
They're speaking undercommon.
Oh.
Okay. So as I'm kind of like half and half listening to what Kimura is saying, what am I hearing from them?
So there's the two kind of leaning up, smoking a pipe, laughing and kind of joking with the one who's seemingly trying to mine like as quickly as he can. You see they're pretty tired. You can see sweat. And you hear one of the ones that are leaning up against the wall or whatever, or leaning up against that crate. They're like, "Come on, you little cave rat, keep on digging, keep on digging." And you, the other one's like, "How big is this diamond we're supposed to find anyway?" And then you hear, "They're bigger than your fucking head, that's for sure. And if you find it, there's a reward for you." And then they just keep digging, and they're like, and the ones he keeps singing, like, "And what about those blue stones?" And the other one says, well, we need to find those too, but there's no reward for finding spirit stones. There's plenty of those to go around. Come on, let's get your ass into gear. And they're kind of just like watching, like kind of like you could tell that this Durgar's seemingly new, and he's kind of getting, pushed around a little bit by these other two as they kind of keep watching.
What?
You would notice, you would pick up that she's
say,
like listening and just being like,
Wisp, you're watching with your ears. What's going on?
they're looking for a large diamond. It's bigger than your head, but the stones, the blue ones, the cracked ones, he said they're called spirit stones.
Spirit stones.
He didn't say what they were or what they do, but he called them a spirit stone. He said there's a reward for finding the diamond, but there's no reward for spirit stones. I don't know what that means.
And as you're having this conversation, the one dwarf is like, I mean, this is a pretty big one, isn't it? And you see him holding like a stone like this big. one of those blue stones, and the other Durgars. Let me see it. Takes it and looks at it. It's empty. Look, no soul, no spirit in it. It's empty. It's cracked. Whatever spirit is in here is gone now. And he throws it behind him, like towards your direction, and it kind of lands, maybe 5-10 feet away from you.
And like I look at it, and then I look towards Kimura again, and say, "They're cracked. The hole. There's nothing in them because the spirit is gone."
Wait, so are you telling me spirits in the spirit stones? Literally.
I would assume so.
Right. Okay. This is strange. Perhaps Makaris would know something about this.
He didn't seem to when he grabbed the other, but maybe.
He might not recognize it by sight, but he seems like he reads a lot of books.
Sure. Yeah.
And these two dwarves, Durgar who are watching, they're like, "All right, we're going to go get some shot. You keep digging, all right? Cave Rat, you find this big one, this big diamond. You come find this, eh?"
And
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
I immediately I kind of brace and they're coming. We need to move back. But they're leaving. They're going to sleep. They're leaving the one to dig.
Yeah. And they actually head towards that mouth of opening that I told you about. They head that way where there's a little bit more
okay.
of a more of a orange, like amber light.
Okay. So
And they walk and they kind of clear, they just barely clear, and they kind of duck their heads just a little bit to get under this lip. And they disappear from sight, leaving this one Durgar just kind of.
Now, Wisp.
What?
What are you thinking?
we can abduct him.
Kimura smirks as soon as Wisp goes to say what she thinks she's going to say and go, "Now you're getting it."
What a great first sentence. Let's abduct him.
Yes.
The sign of a great murder hobo campaign. Anyway.
Yeah. We can interrogate him, ask him where the diamond is. Maybe find out more about the spirit stones. Ask him what the reward is.
It's not just that. A way out, perhaps.
He can lead us to it afterwards, yes.
Let's just focus on bagging it first. We can drag them back to where we were. We'll question them there.
And how long is technically a short rest?
Like an hour.
And was Marcoris...
I was trying to cast a ritual spell, which would take an hour.
Okay. I will turn to Kimura again and say, if you give Marcoris and I an hour, I have a plan.
Okay, are we just standing there? Or are we behind something, or...
You're still behind the wall, I'd assume.
Braced against the wall, kind
Okay.
of speaking in hushed tones next to each other.
Is there a little position where I can go prone and monitor that dwarf?
I mean, probably you could probably just sidle up on the edge of right where you're at on the ground.
Okay.
As far as you could maybe try to sneak behind a barrel or something, and army crawl towards a barrel or a stack of crates or boxes, but you'd have to make another check to so you can get a little bit closer.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Wisp. She's gonna slide back her bolt just a little bit on her rifle, just to make sure that the bullet is essentially chambered. Gently closes it. Just goes, "You should go and notify the others. I will watch this one."
Okay. And I'll move back to go relay the message to the others. I'll go and find them and say, Marcoris, we're getting an hour to prepare whatever we may need.
Hold on.
The hell did you find over there?
He's still doing his paperwork.
Okay. She turns to, she looks for a second, look, what do you mean? Then she turns to Knock. The Duergar were talking about these stones. They're called spirit stones. Apparently, they hold spirits, a life inside. A bunch of them went to sleep, and there's only one that remains. We believe that if we capture him, interrogate him into telling us more about this, and then leading us into a way out, we can get what we want. I have
Damn,
a
am I
plan.
getting close? How long have I been casting this spell?
To find familiar.
Yeah, I need an hour to do it. So I'm wondering
yes,
how much
it's been
progress I'm
like
making.
you probably need like 45 minutes still.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so
I'm not like engaging in the conversation, but he holds like a thumbs up.
If I need an hour as well, so I'm going to meditate.
He passed the ground next to him.
Yeah, she'll go and like sit and meditate and take a short rest. If possible, if that's allowed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then she will literally kind of like go into like that separate little corner. She'll find a space away from everyone. She'll sit and she'll start to meditate and kind of just think about like everything that they've gone through. Think about the plan that she's formulating in her head and let her key recharge.
Okay.
And I will return all of my key back to my body.
All right. Just as a side note, Kimura, as you're kind of sitting there, watching you, this Duergar begins talking to himself, kind of in a condescending tone. You can't understand him, but we get subtitles, and essentially he says, "Find the fucking diamond," they said. "Get the reward," they said. "I'm not gonna share a word. I'm gonna find diamond and shove it up their asses." You know, like he's kind of like
This reminds me when you're playing like a military game and you're doing the token sniper mission, and you're just kind of hiding in a bush and you just hear like two guards walk past, like just talking shit.
This
like,
is definitely Metal Gear Solid, right?
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
And you're just kind of waiting, like you just like your crosshairs are on him, like I could totally take you out there, but you're there for the dialogue.
He's just complaining about the pea soup to his friends. Like, the pea soup they served last lunch in the mess hall was so jack shit.
So
That's better than my life.
while I'm sitting and meditating, I'm thinking about the outline of that room once again. Was there a door, like an in and out door, or was it just an opening into that room where they went to bed?
Yeah, it
Okay.
looks like the mouth, from what you could tell, looks like it opens up into a larger space.
Okay.
But you weren't.
How far was it from where we were across the chamber to that opening? Would you say that she would know? Would she be able to approximate that?
Yeah, let me see.
Because she's like, so I imagine like when she does her short rest to gain her key back, like she kind of does these mental mind paths where she's like working her way around the potential of like what can happen and the possibilities. And that's kind of like recharging her inner key of like focusing on the path ahead.
It was probably 70 feet from where you were to the. It was quite a large.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So then, whenever Mark Chorus is up, I have just a few more minutes, and then when I'm up, I would like to go grab Kimura.
Okay. Yeah. If anybody else wanted to do anything else, you can. But if not, we can move forward. Don't be afraid if you wanted to do something.
I finished my familiar request form and
I love it.
Evaporates and Jerry appears next to me and says, "Good job, Jerry."
An FRF.
Yep.
As it's called in the industry.
It's an FRF 19.
Oh.
Have you filled in your FRF 19?
God forbid you ever get to fill out an FRF 1.
Oh, those are the worst.
They're the worst. Right. That's how you summon who knows what. You don't have that kind of clearance, but God forbid you ever get one of those. That's a lot of fucking paperwork.
So he finishes that. Jerry appears like, "All right, Jerry, might need your help. What are we doing? What's going on? I'm sorry that." And he turns to Wisp as she comes out of her meditative state. It's like, didn't mean to be rude. I just need when I'm doing that, I can't talk. I gotta focus.
She kind of comes out of her state. She kind of comes back up.
See, you know how it is.
Upright.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She walks over and she'll go grab Kimura first and tell Kimura to come back because she assumes that she's still in kind of like that watching pose, perched state. So she'll kind of come back and she'll huddle everyone around. and she'll cast Pass Without a Trace. So I'll use 2 key points to cast Pass Without a Trace. So everybody, she kind of like waves her hand over everybody, and everybody's eyes flicker, and then they kind of like shimmer the same way that
That's cool.
they
I
saw
like
before. And she says, "Stay close, stay quiet. If you distract the one long enough, or we can stay quiet long enough that I can get close enough to the door on the other side, I can make sure the others won't hear us."
I will
I have to
stay
get close.
quiet.
She keeps forgetting that he exists, so it's just like she like whips her head around to see
Jerry
Jaraxxus.
floating there.
Yeah, and she's just like, okay, I need to be within. Oh, I can cast it at a large distance. This is fine. This will be fine.
Neat.
We just have to stay quiet enough to make sure that he doesn't make a noise before I can cast this. But I can make it quiet. We can grab him, and they won't know the difference.
I like it. You got a plan for how we grab him?
And I look towards Kimura when he says that.
I mean, if the answer to that is no, just leave it to old Marcoris.
I mean, I don't. Did any of you? I've never abducted.
I mean, you got a lot of options, all right?
If you're
You
going
got this lady with the boom boom sticks.
if you're
You got beefcake over here. I can do something, but
if you're going to silence the area, I would suggest a Durgar's strength. It's probably not up to snuff against the Goliath. However,
Which, by the way,
She like looks up to knock.
however, I'm going to suggest Marcaris, Knock,
yeah.
especially Jerry.
What?
Jerry, be
That
nice.
wasn't Jerry. That was just Justin.
That's just me. Jerry, be polite. Come on.
This is a stealth operation. No talking until we've acquired the target. Once we go out, shut up.
I minor illusion a thumbs up.
It's my creeping walk.
Really want me to sneak.
So yeah. So yeah.
Sorry.
We'll just
it was like, just like Ace Ventura, like
Yeah.
the full-on creep.
Scooby Doo.
Can we get like
Yeah.
can we get like
no.
Sneaky Weasel by Kevin McLeod?
Oh my god, yeah.
Getting on the
Do you
back.
want me? Do you
Sneaky
actually
Weasel.
fucking
Weasel?
want me to?
Sneaky
Yes.
Weasel.
All right. So you guys begin.
Walking in single
Walking.
file line. Holding our
Um,
hands like this.
Yeah, I'm first. It's like we're going down in size.
So that
Oh
means
my God.
Jerry's last.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
so,
it'd have to be the other way around because I'd have to be towards the front.
well, aren't I grabbing him?
No, I have to cast the spell first.
The plan
Oh,
is- the
shit.
plan is-
Okay,
Cast
okay,
the spell
okay.
first.
We
plan
should
is-
really
so I'll
talk
be
about
first.
this.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going.
He's doing it.
I'm going first. Yeah,
Yay!
he's doing it. Okay, I'm going first. Okay, so Wisp kind of like once again as like Knock seems like he's gonna go trudging first. She like grabs him and pulls him back and goes, "I will go first. Stay close to me. I will silence the area. Once I silence the area, I will show you." And she minor illusions once again a thumbs up. "I will show you this. Once I show you this, you go in and you grab him.
All
Knock him
right,
out."
and
Knock looks behind him at the light on his butt cheek and puts it out.
Knock.
I don't think it goes out just because you want it.
I just
No,
felt it
it's
when he
okay.
does
Oh,
that,
okay.
just making feel good about
Exactly,
himself.
but- and nothing's happening.
Knock. Once more. Wait for the signal before you grab him.
And
Thumbs up.
I,
grab the man.
and I, for the DM's awareness, if for some reason, and I know it's unlikely, if Knock can't grab this guy on the first try, I've got an idea to do. So I have something prepared. I have an action prepared.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. So then.
The strength of.
I'm Plan B.
Alexius.
Yes.
Yeah, Jirax is gonna grab.
So as we sneak, I imagine I'm gonna be first. What I want to do is I want to cast. So I want to kind of like peek over just a tiny bit, and I'm going to use 2 more key points and cast inside. So like I can cast it up to 120 feet, so it's 70 feet into the lip. I want to cast it another 5 or 10 feet inside of that because it's a 20-foot radius.
Right.
So I don't know how big that space is. I'm just trying to get as many as I can. This is based on just kind of whatever, but I just want to try and get it, pushing it a little bit. I want to cast it about 85, 90 feet from where I'm sitting. So that should be in the lip of the room and then some.
Did you want to get him into it? So essentially how silence
Is he close
works...
enough to get it in?
So so silence doesn't like create like a wall of silence. It just creates an area of silence. So like if he's not in the area and he starts yelling, you'll hear. Okay.
I don't care about him. I care about those who are sleeping in the room next
They're
to
far
us.
away. They are well out of like they're maybe.
Let us have this.
Well, see,
Let us have this.
Yeah,
Cole.
I don't know this. I don't know this.
They
So
you
she
saw them
thinks
like
this is a great
disappear
plan.
maybe like
She
I mean
has
you would
no
have seen
idea.
him.
It's
walk
black.
away.
It's pitch
Yeah.
black. So she's just double checking
I mean,
so that if he
I should clarify. You saw where they went. You could see tents and things like that. It's just a low-hanging wall, but you can see light out there, and they disappear into some tents that you can see maybe like 150 feet away. So they are well fucking gone. This guy is on his own. They left this guy fucking high and dry.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll just cast it right on. I'll just cast it
Okay.
right around him. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
fine.
Sorry.
Sure. No, that's fine. It's still a great plan. I'll cast it right on him. Fuck it. Yeah. So I'll cast it, and then as soon as I cast it, I'll just kind of wait my 6 seconds, and then minor illusion. Like I'll cast it. I'll make sure that it lands. He probably has no idea, and then I want to do the thumbs up to let everybody else go.
Yeah. So kind of what happens is you cast it, and as like he's about to swing, you cast it, and then there's no sound.
Okay. And then
the Durgar stops. Looks at his looks at his pick, swings again. There's nothing. And it's just like very confused.
And I thumbs up and I sit back and I look at Knock.
Yeah, Knock full. That's out a scream. He's as soon as it lands, he's just full charge right at this guy. So I'm gonna get right to 10 feet of him, and then I'm gonna use my the feet charger, and I'm just gonna run that extra 10 feet and just like snatch him up really quick, just one full.
Okay. Yeah. So what happens is like he snaps, and then all of a sudden we hear, and the Durgar turns, just kind of looking, and like kind of turns, does like a 360, stops when he sees a giant Goliath, and all of a sudden we see his mouth move, no subtitles, but it says, "What the fuck?" And all of a sudden, go ahead and roll a athletics check for me. I'll say an advantage.
Oh, an advantage, yay!
But it'll be a straight roll.
Oh god, that's a 16.
Good roll,
Good, sir. 16.
Okay, a 16, and you grab him, and all of a sudden now you're in the quiet. You can't hear anything. He drops his war axe, and he's trying to fight with you.
He's gonna stop moving, but you can't hear me.
But you can't hear. Yeah, I can't hear you. He's gonna try to struggle out. He's gonna try to. I'm gonna roll a d20 and see if he can beat you.
Are the rest of us just watching this silent struggle happen? Like,
yeah, pretty much. He can't, like, you're bigger than him by 6, 7 feet, maybe.
Yikes!
And you just kind of are bear hugging him. He's trying to fight you. But yeah, you're still in this radius. What are you doing?
I'm just walking with him towards the group as he's struggling, and like as I'm people who see Knock as I'm walking towards you, I'm just holding this guy as he's wriggling and writhing around, and I'm just like, stop fucking moving, stop.
So before you start moving too far forward, I say, like, I'm going like this to stop before you get out of the silence, because if he's wriggling. So like I tell you to stop, and then I just start going like this.
So Knock.
And then I
like,
point at him and I go.
He squints, and then he's like, and he just with one arm he takes his hand and just right on the top of his head, just
Okay,
to knock him out.
roll an attack.
Okay. Would this be an unarmed attack?
Yeah.
And you see me like trying
19.
to concentrate
Yeah, go ahead
on
and
where the edge of like I'm like.
go
40
ahead.
too far.
Go ahead and roll damage.
3.
Okay. So yeah, you do hit him, and you kind of hit him on his head, and he's like, and then all of a sudden, your arms start to kind of like, as you're holding him, kind of start to go like this, as all of a sudden you see him kind of strain, and he starts to get bigger. You see him start to grow in size as he's going to use his enlarge ability, which he grows into a large creature.
Wait. Is this a spell?
It's a racial ability.
Okay. I just want to make sure because if it's any verbal component to what he's doing, he can't.
Yeah,
do it.
there's no components. I think they can just.
I just
they
want to
can,
make sure.
They
Just
do.
wanna make
It is
sure.
mad. They can magically do
But
it,
it's
but it
part
doesn't
of
say.
themselves. It's so
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just want to make sure.
And then
Totally
he,
cool.
as he's kind of like you don't have him technically restrained, and he kind of tries to. He whips his hand. He's gonna try to take a swing at you.
Can I do my action that I have
even though
prepared?
I'm technically a large, so like, even a large, he's still.
You're
breaking
technically
through it.
so as a Goliath, as a player character, you're technically medium. As far as carrying weight and things like that, you count
it's
as
just
large. You're a big boy. There's no denying that fact, but he is
Boy.
technically a large creature.
He's a
now.
larger boy.
So you're
Okay,
having trouble, which would trigger, I guess, Marcoris's action as this swing comes in.
Yeah,
It's
so,
also
so as he
silent,
sees
but-
this guy grow in size and sort of like slip away from Nox's grasp, Marcoris pulls up his left sleeve, and y'all see this tattoo that runs up the side of his arm. It looks like a tattoo of inky tendrils that sort of wrap all the way around his arm, and he reaches out with this tattoo, and the tendrils leap off of his skin and go to grapple this guy and hold him down. And he needs to make a DC 14 strength save.
Okay. What's the range on that?
15 feet.
Okay. Yeah, you'd have to kind of run up.
For sure. I mean, I would have been close enough to like
okay.
have my backup plan. in
That's
action,
fine.
right?
So yeah, he has to make you said a strength saving throw, which he makes with advantage now that he's a big boy.
Oh no.
He is grappled. That just means he can't move. You might be able to restrain him, but I'm gonna give him a. He rolled a 6 and an 8.
Yes, he did. So first of all, what happens is these things wrap around him, and he takes minimum damage, which is not minimum, but he takes 10 points of damage from these tendrils wrapping around him.
Okay, yeah.
And I hold him grappled there, and it's the same thing as a regular grapple, so he can like escape.
Right.
On his
he
action.
just has to try to, yeah.
Mhm.
So he's like, I'll technically say he's restrained now because he's grappled by Nock and he's grappled by these
double
tendrils.
grapple.
Yeah, let's say attack of opportunity. Can I punch him in the face and knock him out?
I mean, you can try to roll another attack. Yeah, go ahead.
Try to outstrength me, you bitch ass. Come here.
That's a miss.
That's a
He is. It's like when you like headbutt him, and it
Yeah,
doesn't
and he's
phase him, and he's just gonna headbutt you back. So he's gonna roll a d20. I'm just gonna let's see. He rolls at a +2 for an unarmed. He can't. No, he can't attack.
Yeah, he can't.
He's restrained. He's restrained.
Yeah, he can't.
He's restrained, so he can't. So he's trying. So essentially, what you could do for the he can try to break out. I think of the restraint. I don't know. For the sake of it, you just sit there and beat the shit out of him.
I was just gonna say, if I need to come up and spend my last key point on flurry of blows to knock this guy out, I will do it. I will literally come up and
Kimura's
just
got
start
the
like,
butt of her gun.
I do not care.
Can I say? Are you guys? I'm assuming you guys are doing non-lethal damage to this
Yeah.
guy.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Guy out.
It's all friendly punches.
This
Really
guy has had
punches.
such a horrible day.
He has. He gets berated by his colleagues, and then
And then just get beat the fuck down.
But yeah,
Graphic
essentially,
tattoo.
for the sake of the comedy here, yeah, you're able just to like smack down this guy until he gets knocked unconscious. And if anybody else wants to go up and help, you can. But yeah, eventually you're
yeah.
able to render him unconscious.
I'll tell you who is up there trying to knock this guy unconscious.
Oh, please please tell
It's
me.
Jerry.
What is Jerry doing?
Stay down.
Also, like as you guys like are pulling him away, the sound of Jerry punching is just like slap sounds. That's like little baby slap sounds is all you hear.
Little baby hands.
Little baby devil hands.
And he's finally unconscious enough where you can like drag him back to where you were at if you want.
Okay, all right. Anyone got any manacles? Or I mean, I got some rope. We could tie him up.
That's probably the best idea.
Yeah.
You're gonna need some big rope.
I mean,
after he goes unconscious, he does kind of revert back to his normal size.
we just gotta get. The thing is, we tie him up. He's gonna go whoosh again, and then.
Kimura looks around. Are there any mine carts?
Yeah, there are.
Put them in the mine cart.
All right.
Sure.
Then wrap the rope around the mine cart in the crosshatch.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
okay.
That's real good.
It's like putting him
And
in
I'll
a
help
box.
Mark. Yeah, I'll help Mark.
I love that. We do that. Jerry also helps.
Knock lifts his body into the minecart.
Okay, yeah, you just drop him in there with kind of a thump.
prison for him in the mine. Are we the baddies?
I think we are. We are.
No, we're not.
We kill birds. And birds
No, we're
people.
not.
Yeah,
No, we're not.
No.
Okay.
All right, so we put him in a minecart. Put him in a
Right.
minecart.
Put him in a mine, and then we sit there and wait for him to wake up.
Yeah, pretty much. Can we move the minecart? Can we move the minecart somewhere else?
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
Out and
No.
down the
No.
hallway?
Knock raises his hand and grabs a minecart on both sides and lifts it up.
Where we going?
And then I would like to lead out and down the other corridor,
Just
kind
further
of
away.
Yeah,
Okay.
just away.
Yeah. For the sake of having him be rendered unconscious, he does wake up. After you get him settled and wait a few minutes. Get kind of sitting there. All of a sudden, the cart shakes a little bit, and
Very quickly, sorry.
mhm. Yeah.
As Nock is putting the cart down initially, Kimura says, No. Turn it upside down.
Knock looks her.
You want me to turn it upside down?
Yeah, put the top on the bottom. If this thing starts waking up and wailing, it's going to travel.
Knock gets on the other side of it and flips on it on it over, so he's on his chest now. Yeah. That would make sense.
The open top of the minecart is essentially now against the floor.
The floor.
So now he's in a
Yeah.
big metal box, essentially.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. And he does. All of a sudden you feel the cart move and shake. Wisp, you hear, "What the fuck is this?"
What's
And
saying?
so like I imagine Nock is like sitting on the top of the cart to like keep it down.
Jerry also.
So he's just like
Jerry is also
on a
there.
horse. He's just like sitting on it like a saddle. And I'll go over to it and I'll knock on the end of it real quickly and nicely, and I'll speak undercommon to him back and just be like, "We have questions. Will you give us answers?"
Fuck you.
Knock from the tone, kind of like he hears it, and then he just bangs on the cart like really loud. Bang, bang. He bangs on it twice. Hopefully that's like enough
Wants me to destroy him.
Now relax there, Elder Dragon. The last thing we want to do is to go ahead and destroy the man inside the minecart. Yeah,
Did you just call the imp an elder dragon?
I'm trying to intimidate. I want to.
Oh, roll a deception
I'm
check. For,
I'm intimidating.
well, let's see.
Jerry would like to assist on this deception check.
Was it deception or is it intimidation if I said that? Well, I mean, it's not really intimidation, would it be? It's not like I'm sitting there and be like,
What?
fucking look at my elder dragon.
Yeah, what language are you saying this in is the problem.
Common, just regular common is what I'd be
Okay.
saying.
And then as he's saying that, if
Mhm.
I can also assist, I would also assist in translating the entire time. Like I'm gonna translate and be like, "Oh, you don't want to get his elder dragon upset."
That's Jiraxius, the devourer.
That's a euphemism. Go
That-
ahead
that's
and
a
roll
ter-
a deception check.
That's a
at
terrible
advantage.
Straight up.
Now you've awakened the
Six.
dragon.
Just you wait till you see my elder dragon.
So yeah, Knock rolled a 6. And then you just hear, "There's no fucking way an elder dragon can fit the fuck in here! Let me out!"
All right, you are going to answer our questions and we will let you go unharmed. If you do not answer our questions, we have no problem with killing you right here underneath the minecart where you will die and no one will find you.
Roll an intimidation check.
Y'all, Ray is terrifying.
Mm-hmm. It's that silent delivery.
I got a 0.
Wow, wow, wow. Wow.
What?
Damn, guys.
I got a 0. I rolled a natural 1 minus 1. I got a 0.
Oh my god.
This isn't funny. Let me out. This is not. I'm trying to find the fucking diamond. Let me out. This is
What
too
do you want
much.
the diamond for?
Wait a second. Who the fuck are you?
Why does it matter?
Because I asked.
And I'm asking questions too.
Also, I am.
Cherry.
Does
He
Jirax
doesn't know what
speak
they're
in
saying.
common?
He doesn't know what they're saying.
Oh, I was gonna be like, what?
Wisp. What is it saying?
Sounds like it's going whale.
No, not
Oh.
quite. It's not convinced or intimidating. It's not really answering anything I'm asking.
Listen, y'all, what kind of answers are we trying to get out of this fella? I wasn't quite up to speed on
I
this.
want to know what the spirit stones are. I want to know what the diamond is being used for, and I want to know how to get the fuck
do
out
you
of
mind-
here.
Do you mind if I talk to him?
Sure.
All right. I'm going to come up there and say, "Hey, buddy, you speak common?"
Why is he speaking weird? I don't understand. He's speaking gibberish.
All right, he
No.
don't speak common. And then I'm going to switch to Infernal, Celestial, Draconic. I'm just going through all of them.
I just look at him as he's like speaking all these languages I don't know, and I'll just say undercommon.
Oh, I don't got that. I don't know. I never learned Undercommon.
I do.
I'm sorry. You know, I'm pretty persuasive, but I can't help you.
Wisp.
Yes.
Ask him his name.
What is your name?
Mormir.
Mormir.
Okay. Wisp. Make liberal use of his name. Make him feel like you're familiar to him. Make him feel at ease.
And she just kind of like, you see her internalizing this for a moment, trying to understand how to speak to somebody because she has no idea. And she kind of like, Mormir. All we want to do is get out of here. We're not here to hurt nobody. We have a couple questions, and then we will all go on our way. Is that going to be okay with you, Mormir? And she like looks at her and is like,
yeah,
even though she knows you don't understand what she just said.
roll a persuasion check.
9.
9. I know this game. You're just going to kill me afterwards.
No, trust me, we are exhausted.
You're
Spent-
just the person who trapped me in a fucking minecart. And he like bangs against the side again.
We need to get out. If we wanted to kill you, we would have. Mormir, please. We just want to get out of here, and I have a few curious questions. You help us, I will. And she like looks around you. She's like, I will pay you.
There's
Knock,
like a there's. Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Knock just looks to the rest as soon as she says pay him. I'm like, Knock points to, looks at his wrist and says, and points to the other way of like the entrance. It's like, and then is there any way the fire that courses around my body? Can I put my hands on the metal mining cart that I'm sitting on and light myself a blaze to heat to heat it up?
Oh, you would have half rat bucket in, damn it.
Oh, I mean, technically, the small things can catch on fire when you do that. So I'd say yes. So as you're doing that, there is a moment of pause where Mormir says, "There's a Wisp says, I'll pay you," and then there's a quiet. How much? Is it getting hot in here for somebody?
I have 5 gold.
Would you say that? Did you say that to him?
Uh-huh.
5 gold? What the fuck?
Oh, how about 10? I mean, I got some. I don't know.
Is this being translated?
I would
so,
assume, yeah, she's double translating, so you all are in on the conversation as well.
Hey, Gust, do you like
She looks.
Sorry, no, that's not it. I'm sorry. I just met you the other day. All right. How about Wisp? Sorry. How about 20?
20.
Listen, if I find that fucking diamond, I'll be having a lot more than that. You have to do better than that.
It doesn't sound like he said yes. Tell him we can't find the diamond if we cut out his eyes.
Tell him we're gonna find the diamond first. Don't leave him this damn minecart and boil him alive.
It's getting a little toasty in here.
Kimura
It's going to
deadpan
continue to get hotter in here
shoots
unless you answer the question.
a look at Mark when he said what he just said. You're kidding, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're all just putting on a show. Come on, man. I'm not a bad person.
You won't be able to find any sort of diamond if we decide to kill you and bake you right here.
Bingo.
Just answer the question.
I don't know what
It's
you're
not
saying,
hard.
but I like it.
Knock lets go of the fire for a minute.
Okay. Fine.
Now, what are you doing with the diamond when you find it?
Giving it to my superior gives it to someone else who uses it for that thing.
What thing? Who do you work for?
The warlord. And that lady.
Do you know her name?
She's some fucking doctor, I don't know.
Licht.
Wait. WHET?
What?
Warlock and a lady.
No, a
This-
warlord.
Warlord.
Yeah, warlord.
Warlord and a lady.
All right, ask him where we can find this lady.
Where can we find this lady?
You don't see the lady. No, none of us see the lady. Only her guys find that lady.
Okay.
She stays cooped up in her fucking laboratory.
It's,
And where would we find that?
it's leaked.
Where's the
Yeah,
laboratory?
yeah. You're right.
Deeper into the mines.
Okay, and the spirit stones. What are they?
Spirit stones. I don't know. She needs them to give to some guy to bring him back or something.
Bring her back.
I'm still new. I think his name is Gargator. No,
Gargamel.
Gargator.
Wisp. Ask him if it's...
The Weaver.
Shh.
The Weaver.
Wait. Licht. Sorry,
The
let me get this right.
the
So what
dark-
we're,
Clipboard.
what we're saying is Licht is alive. She's trying to resurrect the Weaver.
Yes. And she's using the soul stones to do it.
No, that's not good. That's not good. We gotta get further into the mine. I don't know who this lady is, but
How do we get out of here?
There's some elevator shafts in the main area of the mine, in the camp.
And I tell them, main area, camp, elevator shafts. That's how we get out.
So it goes straight up.
Yeah. Naka asks Wisp.
But you'll never get in there. You'll never be able to get in. You'll never be able to find a way out without my help. If you want to find the doctor, you'll need my help.
What about your friend? What about the friends? What about their friends? He left there with 2 others. Do they know more than he does?
I don't think the Durgar are going to be very happy with helping us. I think this one is only doing
I'm not saying help him. We got plenty of mine carts.
No, I don't think it's a good idea to go get more. I think if he's offering to help us, he knows that we have the ability to change his fate, so to speak. If we allow you to help us,
I'm sweaty.
if we allow you to help us, will you cooperate? Because we have no problem with killing you where you stand if you don't.
Yeah, sure, just let me out.
no.
I'm gonna look at Nock and just kind of like look at him. Do you think you could keep him under control? Should something go awry, what do we do?
Nock wants to look at her with eyes of confirmation, but there's awareness to him. You can see the awareness of the day and everything else too. And he sits there and he says,
I'll keep him under control. As long as I can. We need to get the hell out of here. Fast.
Yes. All right. If you don't help us, we won't pay you. You won't get your life. And we will make it an absolute living nightmare. Understood?
Yeah, no, I understand it completely. Crystal clear.
Insight check.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I believe him?
Go ahead and roll some insight checks for me.
Tell him we're friends with Halifax or something like that.
Tell him Halifax is my
11.
uncle.
Yeah, we know a guy.
11, and then Mark, are you rolling as well?
I can't I can't understand what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
So if anything, I'm assisting Wisp by just reading the tone of his voice.
Okay,
So
go
maybe
ahead
she
and
rolls with advantage.
Yeah, go ahead and roll one more time.
Natural 20. Thank you.
Way to go,
It
Gus.
sounds like this guy. It will say whatever you want to hear.
Okay.
You've heard these
so
type of
I
people before. We're
immediately-
just gonna agree with whatever the fuck you say.
Sounds desperate.
I look at Nock, and I look at the container. It doesn't matter. Roast him. And I get up, and I start to walk away.
I let out a long, low whistle. I'm like, shit.
yeah.
Just as bad as hell. I'm gonna follow her.
Nock rubs like a few sparks in between his hands, slams him onto the cart, and with everything he can, he just all the fire that he can muster from his hands onto the cart.
Okay. He was at like 1 HP technically, due to him being knocked unconscious. So it doesn't take. He's like,
Wait a second. No, I can show you through the elevators.
and all of a sudden you just hear him start to scream as
Bake him like a potato.
as you bake him like a potato, and soon there are no more screams and yells.
He's dead.
Nock gets off and kicks the minecart over just to make sure it confirms. And then loots his corpse.
So you see he's wearing some sort of mail, like scale mail armor. A little small for you, unfortunately.
Thank you for the disclaimer, by the way.
He's got his somewhere you find his mining pick, which looks
Right.
relatively well made and pretty sharp and nasty.
That the giant diamond that he was trying to excavate. How much did he get out? Or did he get any of it out?
You'd have to go
No.
look.
Yeah, they hadn't found it from.
We're still looking for the diamond, right?
Yeah, they're still looking for it.
Okay. All right. Never mind then. Fry that potato.
Are you done?
I
What do you
know
think
what.
it did?
Being a vulture?
Knock grabs like his leg and like drops it.
Yeah. I'm
Replace
done.
replace the minecart where you found it. Dispose of the body.
Yeah, make it look like an accident.
No, make it so the
What?
body isn't found.
Oh. All right.
I'll like help in the disposing of the bodies, and she's the one who
Yeah.
kind of like was like,
No.
"This is not worth our time. Dispose
Not-
of him."
Picks up the body and puts it in the minecart that he had it in. You know, flips the minecart back on its wheels and whatnot. Puts him in, and he says to push it. Wisp, you said you're helping Knock.
Yeah. She kind of guides you over to what she thinks is appropriate, and she's gonna guide you over to basically the corner, and starts like kind of over where he was working, and she's just gonna start shoveling dirt and debris into the cart to make it look like he had an unfortunate accident.
Gotcha.
Okay.
As we're like, just as Knock is like grabbing loose rubble off of the walls and on the ground, putting it in, and he says,
Shouldn't we have stuffed him in that same place we found that skeleton?
We'll have to do some excavation to do that. I don't know.
Try
Maybe
one
we
of-
can. And I'm looking around for like a lantern that I can break to make it look like a lantern spilled oil over him or something like
Yeah,
that.
I mean, there was a hooded
Yeah,
lantern that they had.
there were two hooded
um,
lanterns, so yeah,
mhm.
yeah,
Y'all-
definitely.
We are making some questionable moral decisions.
Yeah.
"Do you what we have been through? Are you serious? I'm not.
Yeah,
Knock
no,
has no
she
fucking
doesn't-
problem
she's
burning
at-
somebody
she's
to
at a-
death.
She's at a point. Yeah, she's at a point.
Fuck all that
um,
noise."
She's neutral evil. She's neutral evil. Yeah, so yeah, she'll kind of like make it look like it was just like a really unfortunate accident. Like he had, hit the wall had hit the lantern, spilt it, he caught on fire.
Mhm.
It's just gonna look like a shitty accident. And
Okay.
then she's just gonna like leave the room
Okay.
and wait for everyone else.
Yeah, as you guys kind of go about that, everybody roll a perception check.
Also, I'll roll a perception check. Is there any soul stones that are gonna be around as well? Because I'd love to grab one of those.
There's one that was an empty one that was tossed.
Okay, I just want to make sure there's any more around the room. Never mind.
Okay.
Perception.
You all hear voices coming from the mouth of the cave, where Boromir originally was, and they're speaking common, so you can all understand.
What are they saying?
You hear one say, "I thought I saw a couple of these Duragar come down in this way. See if you can find anything." And then you hear,
I'm unaware of how to proceed.
Yeah.
you see a light coming from
Is there a place to hide?
Yeah. Let's go back to where we
everybody.
came
Yeah,
from. Like
everybody would
Oh,
roll,
God.
unless you guys want to see what's going on, or you're rolling stealth checks, or what
Okay,
you guys doing
okay,
before
okay.
we
Wait,
end.
let's see. How long has it been? It lasts for 1 hour.
I'd say,
Oh,
But we
no,
also
I lied,
meditated
I
for an
lied.
hour and
yeah.
Well, no, yeah,
or-
yeah, no. Well, I cast it afterwards.
cast it
while we were
after.
Oh, okay.
sneaking. But that's no, it wouldn't have lasted. So yeah, no. Sorry,
Okay.
straight stealth.
Kimura is gonna say, "Conceal yourselves." Can I get up into the air? Because it's a big cavern. Can I stealthily get into the air?
It's like you'd have to go backwards, but it's like 20. It's only 20 feet high. As you get closer, it gets down and smaller.
Oh, okay,
Towards
never mind
the
then. Yeah, we're
entrance.
gonna try and I'll try and hide as well then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just regular
Well,
stealthy stealth.
Knock is terrible at hiding. But for a split second, I'm gonna turn to the group and like assess like everyone's like movement and whatnot. And Knock is gonna say,
I can't hide like the rest of you. I can't.
Okay.
and then he stops and he just sits, and he says,
Go.
Yeah, I still need you to roll a stealth check.
I'm
At
gonna
disadvantage.
Sit down and step. And sits down in the middle of the open.
Kimura was literally just about to say something to Knock on that
Oh,
topic.
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
She looks him up and down and goes, "We're in a cavern full of rocks. Get into the floor and curl into a ball?" And she says this with the most reservation in her voice, which is something you don't usually hear, because she realizes that that's pretty demeaning. But she's like, "Just
No, he just eyeballs you.
just try it."
He signals you over to the hall, and Knock takes his axe and puts it on his lap, and sits down. Is there like a fire? I'm guessing like where he had left him, there was a fire, food encampment area, right?
There's no fire. It's just the two hood lanterns, one of which has been destroyed. You see one sitting there, and then this figure is holding another, and it's not a hooded lantern; it's a full lantern, and you can see this pale maroon. I'll wait till Ray gets back. You see this pale maroon cloak that kind of drapes across almost in a ceremonial way. This figure wears a hood, and under the hood you can see a mask, which forms a face, kind of like it's three faces like almost melded together that kind of wrap around this character's face, and like kind of this weird, kind of gross, like almost fleshy looking mask. Looks like it's maybe made of leather, or it's like hardened leather or something like that. And then you hear him say, "Do you see anything, my dear?" And then so is anybody still in this room with Knock?
I'm hiding.
No, I decide to stay with Knock. But
Okay.
he's sitting down, right? Are you cross-legged
Yeah.
sitting down?
I'm like cross-legged sitting
Not even
down.
trying.
Not even trying. Like not myself looking like suspicious or anything else. I'm sitting down around this fire, if you would.
I'm gonna crouch
Sure.
down behind him
Perfect.
with my weapon drawn, as if
Okay.
using him as cover.
So you are hiding.
So I'm hiding, but I'm behind the big Knock. Yeah.
Okay.
Just you now. Knock. By the way, what does he goes?
Now you crouch into a ball and pretend you're.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do what I need to do to get shit done. No pride involved.
Shush. There's people.
As you guys are sitting there, you're kind of looking around to see who this figure is talking to. You don't see anybody. And then from above you, on this low-hanging ceiling, you hear. And as you look up, there is a giant spider crawling across the ceiling. Apparently hasn't seen you and kind of circles the ceiling of this cavern, and then somehow you avoid its detection and it goes back, crawls back down, and you see this figure go, and kind of pets the spider and walks out of the cavern towards where those two other Durgar went, with the spider in tow. And that is where we're going to end for this evening.
That's so creepy.
Wow!
Oh God, I don't like it.
Do you know? Okay. Do you know why that's fucked up in the worst way? About probably 15 minutes into us playing, there was a spider on my ceiling, and the reason I cammed out was because I needed to go deal with it, and it was up there. And I was like,
Now it's back.
okay.
It's the Weaver.
Watching you cut eyes was hilarious, by the way.
What, did
So,
you just
literally,
keep
if you guys could have seen it, she was like,
Yeah,
Because
she's
it was
freaking out.
moving as well. It was moving.
Oh god.
You guys are getting your first glimpse at one of the first and foremost like proper cults
Oh, jeez.
I love
in
cults.
Vedranis that you guys have came across. So.
I
wait,
love
Vedranis?
cults.
We're
I mean,
just trying to get out of the mud.
We've seen a couple, but this is more proper stuff.
Oh,
Amazing.
Thank you guys so
God.
much for hanging out with us tonight. By the way, we really appreciate it. Thank you for the 500 bits again, Sid. Let's go around and let us know where you are, what you're up to, all that fun stuff. Ray, let's start with you.
Oh, hey, I'm Ray, or with a brick everywhere on the interwebs. You can find me by going follow me with the name above. I am streaming. I'm trying to get back to it. We're going to be doing some RP. We're going to be playing some games. It's going to be cool. I'll get there. We'll figure it out. But until then, catch me here every Thursday evening because I love this group and I love the shenanigans we get into. And now we met a spider cult. So spooky, ooky, ooky. I'm really excited.
Spooky, scary skeleton.
That's such a good song. I love it.
Summer's almost
Oh,
over, which means it's spooky season.
So,
So,
know
I'm here for it.
Next
Mhm.
week's
I
hype
don't know what I'm
song.
doing with my hands, but I'm here for it.
I'm so excited.
Next week's hype song.
Okay, I'm down.
I'm
Please
sorry.
give Ray doing the spooky spider dance.
Brick, that dance. I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen the meme of the really like dorky like nerd kid who's like
I have,
dancing
yeah.
all like
Yeah.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. You all seen the fucking memes.
It's the Numa, isn't it? Like, or
Yeah,
no,
I'm
like,
creating
some
gifs of
song,
every
No,
single one of you.
I was thinking there's
Nope,
the two
you can't-
kids.
nothing
There's
is
two
safe.
kids, and one of them literally goes
Yeah.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. It's such a classic. It's a fucking classic.
It's
Sorry.
so good.
That's
Yeah.
just a
Anyway,
reminder.
sorry, that's me inciting a dance right here.
Flash mob.
I love Flash
Oh
mob.
goodness, Justin.
What?
Where can we find you? What are you up to? Don't you want
Love
me,
you.
bro?
What?
Yeah, the guy that's been calling everybody stepdad nicknames. Hey, champ, how you
Oh
doing,
my
pal?
God.
How's it going, buddy?
Yeah, well, that's not me. That's Marcoris, who is very nicknamey. And but I'm Doc Grimbo, and I'm Doc Grimbo here on Twitch. I'm Doc Grimbo on Twitter. You can find me those places. You can find me right here. Oh, Boba. Is that Boba or Tank?
That's Boba.
Distracted.
Boba, you hear me because you are a kid. You can find me here on InfiniteRP on Monday nights, running Flames of Freedom, which is our American Revolutionary War plus Gothic horror eldritch craziness game. And we haven't had any monsters in that game yet, but this week the group is heading to a burial ground. So what could go wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing. And that is a fantastic show and a lot of fun. So please
It's
come by
so
on Monday
good.
nights.
It
to watch that.
is.
It's so good. It's wonderful.
That
To
cast
watch
is
it.
amazing. This cast is amazing. I love all of you. This is so much fun.
more.
We're just good, okay?
Humbleness? Get that shit out of here.
We're
We're
the fucking
fucking
best.
sweet. We're the
We're
best
fucking
around. Top
sweet.
fucking drawer.
I want an award for humbleness.
You,
Top shelf where mama hides the cookies.
you do.
Oh my goodness. Isla, where can we find you? What are you up to?
You can find me right here on a Thursday.
While we are all on drugs or strung out on them.
This is what happens when you
went long.
go anytime over 10. Yeah,
Yep.
anytime
We went
over
long and I'm
3-hour
tired.
limit. Yeah.
I got these cheeseburgers, man. I tell you what, I'll do anything.
Okay, hello, my name is Isla. Most of you know me as Phoenix Over, or Bianca Volpe, or Vanya Phoenix Over, or Bobby Johnson. Whatever fucking internet character I'm being. Whatevs. You can find me over at Phoenix Over, which is a Twitch channel. Follow. You can also find me at
Yes, it is.
Twitter at Phoenix Over. I don't really tweet much unless it's going live posts. Follow me anyway. Whatever, it's free. That's the only place you're gonna find me at the moment. So if you like me, for whatever reason, then yeah, you'll find me here on Thursdays or there, trying to stream. I'm getting back into cowboy stuffs. Although I've never actually played an actual cowboy before. But yeah, I'm getting back into that. I might stream. We'll see. We'll see. If I get into the flow of things again, I think I'll stream. Because this character is another juicy one. A little baby. But yeah, that's me.
Hell yeah. Derek, what about you, my friend?
That's me. Hello. My name is Derek from atop Derek Mountain, found at any of the names above and any website of your choosing, albeit that be YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. I will be doing a bunch of variety stuff on the stream. I have been working on cosplay, been working on music, been playing the hell out of games, been playing the hell out of Back 4 Blood, which just came back today, and been playing getting back into WoW. I am making a character. I've made a character inspired by Varric from Legend of Korra, who's been one of my next go-tos. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty interesting. But, bouncing around inside of WoW and everywhere else. But yeah, hope to see you around there. Come on down where we hang out, and I'm Brown.
Hell yeah. And
Brand.
Rhymes.
And Rhymes.
Yes. And I am Cole, Lacuna RP. You can find me on Lacuna RP on Twitch and Twitter. I stream sometimes. You usually find me playing Tavish Black, the death-ridden, soon-to-be character.
And member of the Onyx Legion.
And member of the Onyx Legion.
Oh, yeah.
But you can find me here on Thursdays. Go watch all these other people. Go give them some love because they're amazing. Thank you for hanging out. We're going to raid Mini Terrain Domain after the credits. So please, please, please hang out until after the credits. Give them a follow. Give them some love. Give us a follow. Give us some love if you haven't yet, because we do greatly appreciate it. And we will see you on Monday for Flames of Freedom. And we'll see you next Thursday for the Lost City of Vedranis. And we hope you have a wonderful evening. Until next time.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.